because that has a pretty decent formation going into the open here. Indeed, I will say when Andas has days of weakness like it did yesterday and not and the day prior,
All
not the
right,
day
mic
before
check
that, but
one
the day
two
before
one
that.
two.
So let me English. Do you speak it? Yes, on Monday
There we
and
go.
Wednesday, the 2 days
Welcome to
we
Trill
stopped
Money
the
Empire,
traditional
man.
trend, we
Sorry
would
for
like
the
to see that
delay,
it kind of
man.
comes back the next day. Let's hope for another up move here. I still think $8 would be a key level if we do trade higher here today. But what did you have here on the formation?
Yeah, it's looks like it's forming into a either it's going to be a
All right,
scallop
so
or
we gotta
you know
make some
looks
bread
like either
today. We
way
had a
we're
bad
trying to
loss yesterday.
I'm sorry 870. Well, 785. Sorry,
We
got
gonna
the numbers
bounce
all
back,
mixed up
man.
apparently. But
It's okay.
when we if it does manage to break above that level, you have this consolidation going through. It's going to make its way through on its way up to 8, and it looks like 8's going to be a pretty hefty resistance level
All right.
with this consolidation. So we need to see
All
some big
right,
volume in
let's
order to
get
get
to
through
it,
all of
man.
that, and this kind of gives us an area to watch for in case we see that volume start to wane in this consolidation. Then maybe it's not going to break through at that time. So that's just some things I'd be watching for with OND as we do get this up and down the feet.
I'm gonna wait for a
Okay.
pullback on SPY before I
All
buy the
right.
dip.
Did
It's
you
high
want to
right
talk
now. I'm looking
about
for a day
anything
trade.
else on this movers
10
list?
to
A lot of
20% on the
these look like
trade.
they're kind of CGC was on here. That's just a continuation from the cannabis news that we talked about. Resolve AI maybe having a dead cat after the absolute shellacking it took yesterday. Micron higher here on blowout earnings and guidance. Was there any? Oh, and then Kathy here in the chat. Let me actually just start with this, and then I'll let you pick where you want to go from it. So I had
All right.
started the program earlier in today's show. I had mentioned that I broke all my rules 13. I broke all of my rules on this GEV trade. We had a very, very clear break of the island. The stock clearly traded down. This thing was weak all day yesterday. There was no bounces in it. I mean, it was no good. And I thought to myself, well, you can either be a part of this downward move and sell into this weakness, or you can be a little bit patient here. And I'm going to say this. I held on to it against the rules of the trade because I was talking about this being a floating island trade. So I'm sorry about that. I did not follow my own rules. I am definitely down on the position, but not by a whole lot. And 13, I say all of this because one of the reasons why I did that is because we've covered this so extensively. We've done so much good work and research on this that I was like, you know what? This is one of those where I should probably give it a
All
little
right,
bit.
we still holding March calls for VBAI.
So I am
I don't like this setup right here.
today that it's
It's up
trading higher
4%
because
pre-market, which is
Jeffries
good.
upgraded the stock
So,
from hold to buy and raised the price target from 736 to 815. Stock is up 5+% here in the pre-market. Let's hope it gets back to the levels that it was at before.
Rich Tech is also up 4%. Okay.
Is there anything that you want to mention here? I don't think there's anything new necessarily.
There really isn't anything new, and it's not surprising that we got this move down with the rest of the whole AI trade, with Oracle, saying that there's a delay in these AI data centers getting built out, and Blue Owl decided to pull out because time horizon.
The data center is going to be a big thing in 2026. That's the next Jwett.
There's still other
2026, that's the next Jwett, man.
data centers being built in other countries. I think they're going to be just fine. This may have represented.
Dog, why it sound like I was about to cry? What the fuck?
This is still well above my cost basis, so I'm not buying this dip. But I still think that the long term, this is going to be great. I still have a long term horizon on this. So the move that we got that took us up almost over 725, that was surprising. But I didn't change any my whole plan for this. I'm going to be shedding this for a while. I think it's going to be great going into 2026 and maybe 2027.
Okay. Also, did you have anything here on Micron?
All right, so the audio is good. All right, I don't got to keep this in my ear all day.
Trading
I can
higher.
charge
This
my...
is up 14%. One thing I will say here, possible gap and go on this, but I would also, I think if I had to pick one or the other, I would think that we see some profit taking out of the open here in 13 to your
Me too.
comment earlier
I
about
want to see if there's a
maybe we ought
dip
to
in the
wait
rip.
this out of the open. I think the same is probably true for Micron. But go ahead and give me your opinion here on Micron. I'm going to step away for just 1 sec. I'll be right back, right?
Sure. So we've seen RAM prices, DRAM and NAND flash memory. A lot of things that Micron produces just get really, really expensive as of late. Basically, since I think October, September, we started seeing just consumer prices on RAM rising. significantly because they're going to be, RAM is important for this data center build out. So it's not, surprising seeing how we had all of that, those massive jump in prices for RAM over the past several months lead to a great earnings report for them. So that shouldn't be surprising. I think the big surprising part for me was how much they guided going into next quarter. That was a massive guide, in my opinion, and that just goes to show that I don't think this data center theme is anywhere near done, especially because we've had some other components of that trade come back in, like graphics cards and GPUs.
This one I have 5,000.
They're going to need a lot of this.
Jesus.
Especially if they're building more data centers. I don't think that there's.
This laptop is worth 5,000 now.
Abatement in that demand.
Oh my God.
As far as the Micron itself, this does look like it's kind of facing a bit of topping out. So I could see this filling the gap to the downside.
I'm pretty sure I have this
It
one.
also seems to me like we could end up
Both of them too. Damn.
240. So we'll see what ends up happening here today.
Oh, they wax.
A big level to get over. We haven't cleared it yet. We only gone as high as 264.75. So other than that, I don't have a whole lot to add. I still think that this is going to continue higher. We might get some pullback because it's been on a massive run with the rest of tech, but like I said, I don't think this whole AI theme is finished yet.
Yeah, neither do I. I think that's a really good breakdown there. Appreciate it. Some good back and forth here in the chat. I really appreciate that as well. Buffalo by Bicycle, rules are just a guide. Go with your gut. You know what? That's actually a really good way to kind of sum up my thought there on GEV. If it hadn't been for our community, I would have just kicked it because it didn't follow my rule, and then I'd be looking at it today and I'd be like, maybe I did the wrong thing. You're right there. A big time shout out to our group.
Brian,
also, yeah.
Brian's asking about Micron ETFs. If you're wanting to do the leveraged upside ETFs, the bull shares, you have MULL and MUU.
I am going to take a different approach a little bit because this show is friends with Direction, the company, and Eddie Glinsky, who's absolutely awesome and joins us here. So I would recommend MUD for the 1X Bear or MUU, the 2X Bull. It's just.
Yep.
Just as an aside, I'm more tongue in cheek than anything.
And I do remember Lion. Yes, I remember that very well. Because here we are, like over 3 times higher. It's fantastic.
Hey, we'll do victory laps on triples all day long here. Chewbacca absolutely loves the energy that you have. Also, I didn't catch this, but we had kind of a wacky news story that I'm having some fun with. So I'm going to highlight Kathy's comment here. Wall Street Journal has a great article today on when they let AI run their vending machine. Ended up ordering wine and beta fish and giving away all of the items.
Okay.
I guess my only follow-up question here is, what kind of wine and where exactly was this vending machine? Because that is, I did not see this story, Kathy, but that's rather amusing, frankly. So,
by the way, ONDS is looking like it's trying to push over that 785 level. It's getting right up to it right now.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
That's internet meme language there for you. Okay. My kind of vending machine, says the veggie girl. Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. That's good stuff. Okay. We got 4 minutes here. Is there anything specific that you want to do ahead of Thursday's open here today? Did you have any thoughts on the CPI? Are you excited about the Warrior dividend? I mean, anything really.
It's very high.
I'm going to flip over to the main workspace here. We're getting ready for the open. Anything you want to take a look at, or go to the chat. I'm sure the chat's got some ideas.
I think we could just go with the chat. I didn't catch all of that speech last night.
That I was more joking than anything else.
Okay, well,
I gotta be careful for real. The 5-minute overbought.
Yeah,
shit.
Okay, well below the estimates, I guess.
Well below.
I don't know if you want to trust that or not. It's up to you. But yes, good print versus the estimates.
Okay, well, the market seems to like it, at least so far. Did you have any outlook on the SPY or what you think might happen with the SPY now that the print's behind us? I had outlined a little bit earlier some of the key levels. Let me actually go back to that. I'll just bring it up here. I don't have them on the smaller chart. Let me do it on the bigger chart here. We'll go back to some of those key levels here. I think now with the print out of the way, we can probably devise a more specific plan. Earlier, I was giving you both upside and downside targets, and I think that those will still remain in place here today. The big level that we are over is the 50-day. Next up here, 678.39. Maybe call that 678.5, whatever. That's what's next here. That's our 20-day. And then let me zoom in here. I'm sorry, this thing is so laggy. Let me zoom in here and see if I can find what that value is on the trend line, just in case we get to that.
Yeah, and I haven't gone over the CPI report yet, so I'll be doing that after the show here.
Okay, perfect.
Go through the devil and the details. But yeah, Jay, that's kind of a little bit what I thought.
Mic check, man, too.
Mic check, man, too. CPI versus the estimates, and I would be surprised if a lot of us are just really skeptical of that number. But we are going to get our open here at SPY pretty soon. It looks like it's going to be the first open underneath first open is
Mic check 1 2.
Underneath first open is
Mic check 1 2. Yeah, there we go.
Been some time since we've trailed underneath this thing here, but I was looking for some more downside based on the candle that we had yesterday, but that was all based on whether what the news is going to be this morning and whether or not Micron's earnings were going to be good. Well, we got our answer, and Micron's earnings helping lift the stock market back up as well.
That's good.
That CPI print. So here we are above the 50-day SMA, poised to open above it, but still beneath the 20-day SMA on the SPY.
Yep, and also here, the SPY, if I go into the 5-minute chart, you can see that trend line that we recently installed here, we are taking that out. Okay, Broadcom levels, Jay Harris, I'm sure we can do that here. Let me really quickly get to Terra's EVTV here, because this is a stock that we don't cover as much and might not come back to. It's a penny stock. Can you guys do me a favor and look at EVTV and tell me what you think? I know we don't normally do a lot of penny stocks. I have no idea what this is. Envirotech vehicles, I'll have to look into it. It has some concerning price action here today, I would say. It looks like it tried to go to $1 and immediately got hit here. Provider of purpose-built zero-emission electric vehicles focused on reducing the total cost of...
All right, 20 seconds until the market opens. Let's see what's going on. I don't like this high.
Looks like the news here
Plus resistance
was that
right here.
it was announced a $480
Alright,
million
pull back
business
to
combination
VWAP.
framework that
Bottom
focuses
of
on AI
VWAP.
infrastructure and applied AI systems. I would want to know, I don't know about this company, I would want to know what the issue is here. Looks like it's got no
Today's
cash
Thursday,
versus
right?
money, so it's likely going to have to raise
Yeah,
money.
today's Thursday. Thursday and tomorrow, so let's not rush nothing. Yeah.
We're open on the shortage.
Yeah, I can get back to that one later on once we have some more time. But right now, yes, we've been out of the gate.
All right, let's go. Izzy, did you buy that yesterday for the swing you said earlier?
Pretty close to 8 there. This is right. This is right for the consolidation that we're talking about. So here we are. Now this is upside down again. The supply zone can't shake them. But once we get up there, I think the volume can continue to expand and move through this. But right now, the first up there ran into that resistance. Just continue. All right.
Looks like that's pulling a little bit from the open. Let's see what I have VWAP at. Micron, looking at a different chart here. 255, so we're beneath VWAP here. We're getting the sell the news that I had kind of anticipated there on Micron. ATHA here looks like it's trying to go above. There it goes.
Trying to break through 750, it looks like. Gotta see that 750 seller to get taken out. Folks that are trading on this, remember, we've seen this stock, especially when it has news, a lot of times when it trades up there, it will sell off at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely not
The only
buying up
reason I'm
yet.
mentioning that is because if you're trading probably better buying weakness than trying to like break out. Maybe it does go.
It's good. We got strength coming in the market right now. No need to rush. No need to rush. I'm not. No.
If you are going to try playing the breakout, I would say definitely.
No need to rush. 5 minute. No need to rush.
ATHA, ONDS now over 8. These are the so far. These are the best looking ones.
Indeed.
Best looking ones.
SOPA,
This is exactly what we want to see.
Red wire ripping out of the gate. Power
Yep,
green
see?
candle
Oh
on the
yeah,
buy
let
curve.
that play out. It's too outside the Bollinger Bands. RSI around
You know,
82.
I
No,
know this is going to be asked.
I'll be a
I
fool to
know this.
buy
Go
up
ahead and say
here.
it. I don't think this is the Santa Claus rally yet. It might be, but I don't think it is.
Let me twist that around a little bit. Given the CPI print today, do you think we are more likely, less likely, or as likely to have a Santa Claus rally when the time frame is appropriate?
I do not want to make
Tesla.
a prediction with Bank of Japan's trade decision.
Okay, and that is a perfect tie-in here because I'm going to highlight this comment that I did not ignore. We were just handling
QSI is
something
up
else.
8%. Oh, bouncing off that.
Stabilio
Support
Pope.
trend line right there.
I don't know what that means, but you got a laugh out of 13, so you're probably on the right track. Is nobody worried about the Bank of Japan anymore? The answer to this is
I
no.
think
We
QSI
are
is ready to
definitely
make a
still
run
looking
soon.
out for this. Now, as I understand it, with the time change and everything, this decision is going to happen later tonight U.S. time when the market is closed. So I think then whatever the repercussions from the Bank of Japan decision are going to be, we're going to be dealing with that tomorrow. I think today we're probably going to trade on the back of the CPI data and maybe this Micron data. Micron that, by the way, recaptured VWAP to new highs.
I
And
think
there it is.
I think
Let that come back down. There it is. Let sales come in a little bit.
DSP.
Yeah, can me buying up here, I would have been a fool. Come on.
But the point is that it's happening overnight when markets are closed. So we're not going to be able to do anything about it until pre-market opens. That's the point I'm trying to get across. But yeah, it is going to happen. It is going to happen when our markets are closed. So whatever happens with that, I think to be ready.
Okay, that Tesla pop sold. That is now we're rolling back over. Ondas came in from its highs. It's not done yet. Micron continues to print new highs. It's unstable. Okay, that's. I probably should have figured that out on my own. To be quite honest with you.
And here comes a little sell-off. That's what we needed to reset that RSI.
So thank you. And by the way, Ryan says Santa's on top of his chimney right now. So he says the rally is confirmed because he's going to Ryan's house early. Ryan also looking out for the rest of the community here. I will tell him to stop by all as well.
Okay, just don't eat the reindeer.
Don't eat the reindeer.
ATAJ.
Really, go ahead. Sorry, you were talking about real stuff.
Just put in the news high.
Well, this is the pop that we're maybe looking for.
And that just got over 790. We just got 794. We pulled back a little bit, but this might not be finished yet. Just keep an eye on it. We'll see if it can push higher. But so far, so good. Nice.
Really quickly here.
SOC. By the way. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're trying to like focus on actual work, and I'm not, so it's totally fine. Really quickly, you had the joke about not eating the reindeer. Do any of you guys scroll through Instagram and come across any of those funny videos? And if the answer is yes, have you come across the videos of Big Dog? The deer and the family of deer that come up to this guy's house and he feeds them different fruit every day. His name is Big Dog. He makes a series of videos. They're absolutely effing hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Just wondering if anyone's seen that. Anyway.
I haven't seen that one, but I've seen a lot of other Sora made. I just saw one yesterday of remember the drill instructor Hartford from
MGRT.
Full Metal Jacket.
Listen, if it's an oversold bounce play, I'll be ready for it.
Kids at Hogwarts.
If an oversold bounce play on the women that happens, I'll be ready for it.
Okay,
I'll definitely be ready for it.
I actually watched that one. Really quickly here, someone is asking here about Medline. I shouldn't say someone, Cyril, sorry about that. Medline, question mark. So this was, in fact, the biggest IPO of 2025. I actually did scalp this yesterday. In hindsight, I did a poor job because the thing basically traded up all day yesterday. Not something we've seen from some of these IPOs. Looks like it pulled back a little bit here in the pre-market, but it is going now. We're actually back above the VWAP here on Medline. We'll see if this can break 40. We do have those after hours highs of about 42. So let's see if that gets taken out. Yeah, Michael here says, I have seen that, Ryan. He has a bunch of deer that he feeds, but it's all about big dog. There's medium dog now, apparently. Yeah, they're great videos. I would love to live in a place where I could interact with wildlife like that. I would be their favorite person. I would feed them so much good food. Anyway.
SOC, that's
Andas highs.
DJT, this still out of the underneath the left, getting some support down around the 1280, 1275 area. ATHA, this is kind of trying to figure out what it's going to do next. If it's going to push through up to 8, or if it's going to back test 740.
Broadcom here. This is actually higher by 1.75%. Jay Harris, you were asking about Broadcom levels earlier. I think the notable one here is this 324 area. This is a support area that goes back to September of this year. It probably goes back further than that. No, actually, I'm sorry, it doesn't. This is actually the bottom of the island, it looks like. So this is a pretty significant support that so far Broadcom has tried to bounce off. As far as next level higher here, probably from 350, right? To 19 points higher than where we're at. That might
Wow! Oh my God!
Jay mentioning here, Apple, Netflix, the only names that I see red. That Netflix one, I wonder if the market's still kind of pricing in this Warner Brothers Discovery deal, trying to figure out where this should be in terms of what it's worth. By the way, seeing more CGC calls getting traded here. These look like the 2 calls. CGC up another 16%. Didn't we have some signing happening today?
Executive order?
Yeah, I thought, wasn't that, we were talking about that yesterday, weren't we? Am I screwing this up with something else?
BTTC.
Let me see here.
I feel like we talked about this yesterday. Tom saying, be prepared. I mentioned this earlier, Tom. Be prepared for Ondas to go up because Kramer last night took a pass. So in the lightning round of Mad Money yesterday, someone called in and said Ondas, and Kramer's response was hard pass. So if you're inverse Kramer, Ondas higher today. Let's see it. Yes, it's later today. Thank you, Day Trader. I thought so. We were just talking about that. By the way, Medline, for anyone that thought that was going to go back higher here, Medline, nice move. I know there were some folks in Happy Hour that said they held this overnight. Want to see a 40 break here. There it goes. Medline.
Fox.
More like Redline.
41 going to be your next spot here. Looks like it's making a dash to it.
FLGC.
Yeah, cannabis names. I mean, looking at MSOS right now, that's just kind of been sideways more or less out of the gate here.
Valley. YCBT. MGRX.
A new 25-year study found that higher intake of high-fat milk.
VRCA. SHPH. YCBT. YCBT.
A 25-year study found that a higher intake of high-fat cheese and cream was associated with a lower risk of all-cause dementia.
YCBT. YRGD. YCBT. YCBT.
No word on what it does for the heart. Good morning, Mama Bear. Good to see you.
DJT, breaking a trend line now to the upside here after getting support from the 1275 area.
YCBT.
We also have ONDS hitting at 815, sort of backing off a little bit, but still above VWAP. And SOC, this still trying to hold up VWAP and return to some of these highs here. Didn't quite fill the gap out of the gate. So there's still a potential for that to happen if it continues to hold up here. Meanwhile, ATHA, this has just made a new session high.
AT, I was just going to say, so this is now going through 8. We just talked about this. I do think 10 is possible. I would not chase this, as I wouldn't chase anything here today. But nice little break there. Also mentioning that registering, that was for WISP. Medline, 35 to 40. Not a bad trade overnight, boss. Not a bad trade. I think I got like $1.16 out of that yesterday. Off to one trade, so way to go. 5 points is nice. Nice. Jane says cheese is my middle name.
No, not yet.
PayPal, this is a good mention here. I noticed that PayPal right out of the open looked like it was trying to close that gap from the nasty downgrade that it took here today. Looks like it did in fact close that gap, but pull back down to VMAX.
Not yet.
I tell you what, man, PayPal, this thing has been tough. This thing has been tough. Is anyone trading PayPal? Does anyone have a long on this?
YCBD, by the way, another marijuana name that just moved up to 256. I think that is new.
DGNF.
No, it's not, but getting pretty close there. I think the most recent high
EHTH.
above this one was back from
YSG,
April 1st.
Jack.
But that just went up on April Fool's Day.
DJT maybe trying to break out of the sideways consolidation here with its eyes set on 14.
ENF.
Yep.
Here's SOC. Looks like this pulled back towards the VWAP. We'll see if this has the strength to really retest 9.
Yep, this
FCE
one, as long
now.
as we hold above VWAP, there's a good chance for this to come back up to where the
FCE
highs
now.
of the regular session were around
Place.
840, or sorry,
Place.
870,
OMD.
and potentially
CGC.
even up
Let's
higher.
go, dude.
Yeah, CGC looking good.
Yeah, it is. It's straight up out of the gate, 6 to midnight here.
ELTX.
Ryan's saying, me, Ryan, I bought PayPal a couple
ELTX.
weeks ago. Okay, so you're down on your PayPal, but you still believe in it. I gotta think that you would imagine that the gap fill here to the upside post downgrade is probably a good thing. Matthew says he's long on PayPal. Kanan says he's been
NVY.
long on PayPal for 2 years. God, I wish I really do wish I had the conviction that you guys do on PayPal. Like, I actually use and like the product, and I can't
HYPD.
get myself to hold it. CGC ripping now.
MRAM.
DJT also doing the same thing. This is right. It went through the 65 EMA, coming up with some consolidation, and actually the pre-market high, which is 470, 1470. And $14 looks like that's going to be psychological resistance level that we're trying to push through right now. And we're trying to get it right now, but if we do that,
NVY.
then I think we'll see that 1470.
STSS.
All right, so ATHA, that's maybe running out of steam a little bit. SOC, I think this is going to push into the new session highs here.
Place. MRAM. SOC.
SOC, ATHA. So that actually looks like it's slowing down here, but still really strong. CGC topped at 238, and here's SOC 13. Looks like we're gonna break that.
Yep, it's certainly trying to, but I don't know what's going to happen quite yet beyond the gap fill. That gap fill is the next thing I'm waiting for here. We're almost there. So we could find some resistance just under 9, but if we blow through 9, then we're on.
MED.
F-Cell here. F-Cell popping right out of the open here. This was actually higher. Fuel cell energy shares are trading higher. The company reported better than expected Q4 financial results. This F-Cell chart actually looks pretty good, Chester. It is a nice little impulse move, pull back to the VWAP. You were on this at the right time. I actually got to it a little bit late here. Not bad. I also noticed that plug is moving to the upside on this as well. Look at plug. It looks the exact same as F-Cell.
Look at BGAI setting up.
As I recall, they're kind of like in similar spaces, right?
Yeah. This one had. We also had
BNGO.
Jose Crespo bought 37,300 shares. That's a new form for what is he? Release Jose Crespo. See remarks. So I actually have to look at the SEC filing. It doesn't. I wonder what position he is there. Let me see if I can find that for you.
Honda's new highs now. This thing is taken off.
I'll take it.
CMTL.
I will take it.
Arrow.
See if I can find out who this is.
MTLS.
SOC.
This is a 10% owner.
It's like
HYPD.
SOC just barely came up to the mix where the gap is going to fill. I'd like to see it get to the real body, but looks like it's reversing right now. Just barely hitting that gap fill at the wicks.
CLTRM. OOMA.
It looks like ETHA. I'm not sure if this reversal candle from the past 5-minute candle is indicating that this is going to come down. It looks like it might, but right now it's still trying to push higher. So if this candle doesn't close above 835, which is the high of the last candle, then maybe that is the indication that the ETHA is going to come back in.
SOC continuing. Looks like 9 coming up here.
Fantastic. There we go. Now it's moving through up to the real body. We're going to want to see a 9 print here. 939 was the high in the after hours yesterday.
PLC. OWLG.
DJT still going here through 14, looking for 1470.
JNPX. PHUN. ENSC.
LHAL.
And gotta reiterate, just be careful with these because this is great. Everything's looking fantastic right now. I don't expect this to last all morning.
And the market, by the way, the broader market here, SPY, Dow,
Mets,
and NASDAQ all pulled back a little bit. So some of these
LGHL.
individual names seem to be bucking what the overall market is doing on the back of that CPI
NH.
print.
LNAI, PBM, JMIA, MENS,
All right.
MENS,
All right.
SOC 9 test coming.
IHUN, MENS, DJT.
I'm just glad that almost everything we've been looking at here has been working pretty well. I'm
Yeah,
really happy with this.
This has been the outlier, no question about it.
FCEL,
ONDS, man, this thing. Look at this go. I think
CDG.
we're heading for 856, the high from yesterday.
BTTC,
I'll take
OOMA,
it. I will absolutely take it.
OWLT,
Gil took
HYPT,
15% off for ATHA.
STSS.
Good luck to the rest of you. Gil, register ring for you. Register
PHUN,
ring for you. CGC trading on a lot of volume. It's actually the highest volume trader, even more so than DJT. Pull back to the VWAP, reload in a higher move here. SOC, same deal. God, I'm still waiting for that 9. I wonder if it pulls back from 9.
THMA,
X-Sniper CPI print was 2.7 versus the 3.1 estimate. Way
ONMD.
softer than anticipated.
BENF, STSS,
ATHA, I think it is looking a little weak at the moment.
PRLD,
Just need to see that volume expand, take out this reversal candle, this gravestone doji.
Zero,
So here, White House advisor Kevin Hassett regarding the core inflation that I was just asked about, or the inflation print that I was just asked about. Core inflation is only 1.6%. We've got high growth in core inflation. It's about where it should be. I'm not going to declare victory yet on the price problem. CPI report is astonishingly good. Wages are growing faster than prices. People are going to get big tax returns next year. Expect a big
CDG,
announcement on housing
CDG.
costs. We have a meeting on housing on Friday. There are a lot of things we can do
Years.
through regulation, can reward states that make it easier for people to buy new homes. So that's the comment that we got from
Block.
Hassett after the CPI
Blocks.
print. I actually put the data print in the
Zero.
chat for you, X-Sniper. So there you go. CGC still pulling off the high. It does look like SOC pulled off that $9 level that we were looking at.
Ooh, marijuana stocks starting to, MSOS just had a big drop. I don't know which company is pulling it down that much, but big drop in some of these marijuana names.
Here is SOC. It looks like we tapped 9 and backed off.
JHI,
ONDS is having a big pull as well,
Beat.
right back down to VWAP. Looks like a lot of these names are starting to
BTTC,
turn around here. Just be
STSS.
careful, folks. Just be careful. Well, RGTZ having another one of those mornings.
GHI,
It's going higher.
Well,
Or
it was selling into the open, and then
ALLR,
and now we're having a rally back up to where it was going sideways in the after hours of the pre-market. Looks like 2350 is going to be 2350 could be the spot
GHI,
if it doesn't happen
CEO.
with the 65 and the 200 EMAs.
20% on ATHA for Dara. Bang.
Lux, IBG,
Ondas
bro.
pulled off its highs
Zero.
again, but that might not be done. DJT in a 14 handle still
Beat.
hasn't really had a big
Zero.
pullback other than that shake from the open. ATHA, it looks like a lot of traders
Zero.
are on here, seems to be slowing down here. The one thing I will say is that if this doesn't
PBM.
break back down, this actually might be
NH.
setting up for another move
DJT.
higher here. One of the
KZIA.
things I guess I would say on this is if you sold partial,
VRA,
if you booked all, that's great. If you sold partial here, I'd probably, this is
GSUN.
probably a scenario where you raise the stop.
GSUN,
I'm keeping an eye on YCBD.
GSUN.
I like the formation that they've got going on here for the first 25 minutes. If this
NBY.
current candle that we're in can hold above these EMAs, and then
Neon,
if not this one, the next candle
Block.
captures VWAP.
Oh my dear lord, bro.
In our hands, but still need to see some of that stuff happen.
LSMC,
DJT still printing new
No,
session
okay.
highs, but kind of running into some sellers at the
AHUN.
same time.
SYBX,
SOC looks like this is still
Block.
trying to push up here. It's
Zero.
still trading above VWAP.
ARBK, DUOT, ARBK, Neon,
Just be careful.
ARBK,
Looks like some of these
ARBK,
names are running out of steam.
MTLS.
SOC, this might be gearing up to retake some of those highs. Still think there's some strength here in SOC. Volume so far is telling me the same thing.
Okay, looks like I'm getting my wish here with the YCBD. So far, looking pretty good. If we can just hold above the VWAP here and continue to move upwards.
IBG.
Also getting some recovery in some cannabis names.
Also getting some recovery in the two names that Jay mentioned earlier, Apple and Netflix. Those both sold off right out of the open pretty hard too. Both of those look like they've firmed up a little bit. Netflix especially looks like it might be trying to close that.
Beat.
Netflix got a price target lower at Morgan Stanley, huh?
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying earlier about the whole like shaking out of the Warner Brothers Discovery deal. I wonder how long it's going to take.
Hello.
It might take some time.
How long is that?
I'm good.
It could be. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just doing my business.
So long that it might. The stock price could.
No, all right, no problem.
I mean, I don't know exactly how long it's going to take, or there's still some regulatory hurdles it's got to get over, so that's going to affect the price of this, both stocks.
There we go, man. Let's go, man.
So I think, I'm not a buyer of Netflix right now.
ISSC, ISSC, MTLS.
There's a lot of capital into the company.
Now we're above VWAP. That's what we're talking
IDAI,
about.
this is another one that we talked about yesterday on Happy Hour in terms of adding to it. Zach, you think the 350 area is decent to add? I was saying yesterday on Happy Hour, 320 is what I would kind of like here. That's mostly because my first buy was at like 315, 318, and my second buy was in the two handle to lower my cost basis to 3. I since sold some at 430. I would love to be able to reload this. The thing that's going on here, Zach, I think if this does hold 350 here, this is pretty clear support. Pretty clear support from looking at this daily chart here. I would like it to confirm that. I still think that I'd be looking to add if it could really kind of get down to this area here. I've got that between 3 and 320. I don't know if we'll get it, but that's kind of what I'm looking for there. I still have half of my initial position.
MNTN.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if T-Stamp went down to 200.
I think that theme, that ID verification theme, I think that's going to be a long-running theme, and I expect volatility in some of these names, in particular the small cap names like IDAI. And I think my strategy here for trying to build a position is just to try to add it when it's weak, when the story is still intact. And that's kind of what I think we're seeing here right now. I'm excited that I'm going to try and trade this back and forth a little because, like I said, I think we're going to get some back and forth movement here. I'll try and lower my cost basis that way. So I am looking to add on that, but I'm not in a rush to do it today.
AOUT. MGRX.
Man, he is good. I don't know what to say. He is
MGRX.
good. He is good.
That's why CBD needs more smoke. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's so we just got our next candle. So this current one could be a reversal candle. We just closed above the VWAP. Looking pretty good here with YCBD.
TNXP, BNKK.
That means that we might get some other marijuana names to also do
well. OSTX.
NSOS not looking like that's ready to turn around yet. It is getting some support to the 200 EMA, but volume doesn't look that great to me.
Tesla call sweepers are back. Again, they're looking at this week's options here. A lot of those are short-term trades, although I do see one call sweep out there in January. Tesla moving up to the highs. Izzy looks like Amazon having a much better day today than it did yesterday, as that thing continued to get pounded yesterday. Here's what it looks like. Sorry, we're basically right back to the pre-market highs. Let me go to SOC here because we've been waiting on the 9 print. There it goes. Should have gone a little sooner. Sorry, 13.
TTEC.
Okay, we've been talking about it for a little while.
GTNX.
Folks already know. You already know about it.
LGHL.
Where does this one go now?
BRA.
Maybe there's resistance around 10 exactly, but if we do manage to get above that, I see the 65-day at 1059.
SVCO.
That could be
CTG.
another resistance
PLC.
area last
PLC.
10 on SOC.
Jane says, I went to Costco the other day. It was a zoo, went to
ATLS.
Sam's, and it was a ghost town. That's been my experience too. I think Costco is, I know it's weak today. I still think Costco's an add-on weakness stock for the long term. And by the way, Roush Stage 3 saying regarding SOC here, it was at 30. By early spring, I expect higher. You're looking for a triple from here by spring.
Okay.
If you get that, that would be great.
YSG.
Let's see. After hours, you have that 939 level. We're making our way up to it right now.
RCT.
Um,
UTHC.
MGLX. When we hit it, we either create a cup of handle or we do a scalp and we blast through it and make our way up towards 10.
HKIT.
See what we end up getting here with SOC.
QTTB.
I think 840, 850 actually might be a decent buy spot if the stock pulls back and holds, to be quite honest.
AHMA. BENF. YSGA.
You know, Jay. Maybe these guys that aren't
ARCT.
in the markets every day probably should
MIG.
not do stuff like that.
RTW.
They're much better at running the companies they started. Well, in this case, not anymore. But he's much better at just fading off into existence.
ASTS is up by 8% here today. Looks like one of the directors bought some shares, only 750, but bought some shares yesterday at $70.
TGE.
Big ol' reversal here on YCBD. I think the other marijuana names are also might be coming in. Maybe.
ARCT.
Yeah, big
Not
bull here on
CGC.
YCBD.
CGC once again came back into its VWAP and tried to bounce.
BNAIC.
You guys are talking about PAVS.
Yeah, that one's trying to push into new session highs.
BNAI.
Actually, I think we just made
Was this the one that was split today?
If they had this is the one that had the news, the halt. Then
GHI.
yeah.
TNXP.
Yep, 1 for 100 reverse.
BNAI.
It's up
ARBK.
47% split adjusted here today. This
Tello.
does look like it's going to try and test 3 though.
Well, this was the one that we were like, let's be careful.
Tello.
Maybe not trade this one.
ARBK. GHI.
Nothing's really changed for me. I don't know what this is going to end up doing. Maybe we see the other side of 3.
ARBK.
I don't know. But
RADX.
that's what's happening here with this one.
RADX.
Really quickly
RADX.
here, let's see if I can get the name correct. Nataraja. Any trades you folks suggest, given
YPW,
Japan is
KVHI,
increasing the interest
MNTN,
rates tomorrow? Well, we don't
KZIA,
suggest or recommend trades here, but
BLBX.
that's just semantics. As far as the actual rate decision and how we're approaching that, I am not front running this trade at all. 13, I don't know if you are, I don't think so, but I'll let you speak for yourself. You're not?
No, I'm not front running it, but I do think that it'd be a good idea to be cautious with Bitcoin
DTCX.
cryptocurrency.
RNAC.
Okay, so there you go. My thought on this whole thing here is I'm gonna wait and see. It seems to me from my poking through this is that the market is kind of anticipating a 25 basis point hike. And if we get any more than that, that might accelerate things. But generally speaking, looking through some of this, I'm not terribly concerned unless we get something that was kind of unforeseen. So I guess the long way of answering your question is I'm not putting any trade on prior to the decision, but depending on what happens, this will likely get reacted to tomorrow. And I think that our market
ARBK.
is going to be looking at what takes place here later tonight. Is there any news on the MU move today? Yes, as a matter of fact, there is a little bit of news on MU here. They of course reported earnings, and then also multiple analysts raised their price target following the report. So here's what. Oh, look at this, 13. Are you ready for this? Looks like it's pulling back and trying to find support at 65 EMA.
Yeah. How about that? Let's see if it ends up getting support here. There's also a possibility of this, backfilling the gap it created last night. We've seen a lot of these tech stocks do that. So, post earnings. So just something to point out. If it comes down there, it looks like it could be caught by the 20-day S&A. We'll see what happens.
Graph made good money today, not the usual pocket change. Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. I'm actually doing well here today, but most of the gains are coming from open positions that I'm holding here. I can't believe that I'm so in green on CGC. I guess I didn't expect that, but that'll work. And obviously on DOS.
Here. TNXP.
It's a delight to watch you folks daily. Helps me learn trading better. That's awesome. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. You know, I will say we were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier this week. It does sound like there are some changes coming to the show for next year. The big change, I think, is that it's going to be an hour shorter. So we're actually still going to go into the open, but we're going to end at 10 Eastern instead of 11 Eastern. I'm not worried about this because I still think we're going to be able to give you all of the valuable content that we need to give you prior to the open. I'm sure some of you are asking why. We were reminded that this show was designed to be a pre-market show, and because we, merged several shows together, we were going into market time. The other thing is that that's actually when most of you leave. So I know that some of you end up sticking around for a while, but most of you end up leaving between that 10 and 11 o'clock hour. So I suspect that this is actually not going to be a really terrible change. And I also suspect that the YouTube algorithm will be better for us doing that.
SVCO.
So, and also as a reminder, I see some of you not happy about us ending an hour earlier. Here's one more thing I would like to remind you. 13 and I and a lot of the community are available 24/7 in Benzinga Pro. So if this is absolutely something that you cannot go without, I highly advise at a minimum that you subscribe to Benzinga Pro Basic, which is fairly cheap, so that you have access to the chat room that runs 24/7.
Yeah, looks like we're getting a little bit of weakness here in some of these names. We did get a pullback here in PABS, so there's that.
You folks suggesting some of this feedback here for a 10:30 end, that would be better. I will copy that and I will submit that to the team. Believe me, I wish 13 and I were the kings around here. We made all the decisions, but reality is that that's not the case. So.
Yeah, you can try and hit me up at 2 a.m., but whether or not I respond is a big adjustment. Eventually I will, but you might not get your response for several more hours.
JFBR. AMWL. JXG. SVC.
But also on that, so you always lead with the bad stuff. Also on that, we are actually going to. Oh, this is another thing I should mention. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to try and increase some of the value around here. So also, the week between Christmas and New Year's, so the 29th through the 2nd, which also has the truncated market day on New Year's Eve and the closed market day on New Year's Day, there will not be content on the channel. We're actually not going to broadcast a show those 5 days. We will return with the new format on January 5th. One of the reasons that we're doing that is because the producer actually needs some time to make some of the changes to the stream here. So just FYI, sleep in and enjoy time with your family during that week after Christmas and containing New Year's. We'll be back on the 5th.
MG.
Looks like a lot of these, Reddit's having a good day. I was just going to say, it looks like a lot of these cannabis names really coming back.
Oh my God, bro.
No, Edward, the Edenry segment should not be. It'll just be at a different time. We should still be doing that. Same with the all access as well. So we're still going to be, doing interviews. We're still going to be doing, we're going to try and segment this stuff so there can be a lot of consistency and a lot of clippable things in there. I will say, I do appreciate all of the love that you guys are saying. I know I talk about that all the time. But Graf, I wouldn't worry. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I really don't. I think it's going to be okay. Now we're starting to get King of the Hill references, so you guys can't be in too bad a shape, to be quite honest with you. Okay, let me get back down to some of the stocks here. SOC looks like it did pull off that 9. I'm still kind of watching a possible VWAP reload down here around 850. Take care of yourself, Brent. Good stuff here today.
MCS.
Take care, Brett.
TIPT.
Expecting Apple reversal from Tenzin.
BENF.
Live to Trade is trading Reddit.
SPRU.
You guys here, Cell is asking, does it get us into happy hour if you buy basic? Yes. So the whole thing with the happy hour is it's available to anybody that's in the Benzinga Pro ecosystem. So it doesn't matter what level of subscription you get, you will have access to it. The way that we've talked about this before, the way that you access it is there's a little like notification at the bottom that you can sign up for. So yes, you will absolutely have access to that program, even on the basic level. Absolutely.
RNGR. AOUT.
And it seems like market really just fizzled out here pretty quick as far as the movers go, really.
Yeah, the movers do kind of seem to have slowed down, although I don't want to write off SOC yet, and I certainly don't want to write off those cannabis names yet. If we're getting this executive order signing later today, I think maybe that might spark up that. Okay, I was trying to but also, I'm wondering, I don't think all of this necessarily is going to be done for the day, and the other thing here is that the market is actually holding higher here at 678, so we're above that 50, we're above the 20, we're above all of that.
I could hear you thinking, should I finish this or should I not?
Finish what?
With the comment, the spark it higher.
Yeah, I was thinking about how to make it funny, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't even make it, and I was like, now it's too late.
No, I'm committed. You committed.
I committed to it.
Yeah, you know, ATHA.
We saw the vision with the pun, right? As long as we saw the vision.
A lot of this stuff just, real sideways. Here's RGTZ finally getting to 2350.
AMBR.
Here today. Might back off from hitting this level. This has been a
State.
big supply zone or big resistance area for RGTZ.
Bro, why you rather go weakness than bullish, bro? Come on, man.
Thanks for all you guys do. You're more than welcome, Matt. Happy Festivus.
Yeah.
Festivus for the rest of us. Absolutely, Matt. Matt, do you have a trigger on gains? For example, making 10 or 20% within a range of a trade, or do you typically sell? So this is a really good question. The big caveat that I'll give right off the bat is that it really depends on the type of trade. If I'm trading one of these day trade stocks, and
damn, I should have took that 2 Bs at 20%,
take some gains there. I'm not holding for bigger gains than that. For swings, it's a little bit different, and for investments, it's considerably different. I mean, I'm often looking for triple-digit gains when it comes to investments because 2 reasons. Number one, I have a long-term, very strong thesis, and these often take time to play out. I've also learned through the course of my career in the market here, your greatest asset as an investor and a trader is in fact time. Time is what allows you to buy something at $5 and then eventually at some point in the future sell it at $100. Time is the reason why the Apple position that I initiated for both me and my mom at like $92 has a cost basis of $20 now. Because they held it for so long, it split and lowered the cost basis and gave me more shares. So time to me, your most valuable asset as an investor. When you choose to day trade, you choose to give that away. Right? You're trading on a short term here. So that's going to adjust a lot of the profit targets. Swing trades, I like to scale out of swing trades. This is what I've done on Ondas. When we started to get a big move, I started to sell some. That makes it easier for me to hold for those larger percentage gains that we're trying to go after, Matt. So I would say it really depends on the trade, and then there's tiers in there. I will absolutely sell a swing at 10 or 20%. Maybe only partial, though, depending on what the thesis is.
Oh, my God, bro. That's bullshit, fool.
Zach, I don't have any links for you, but here's what you need to do. And for any of you folks that are interested in Benzinga at all, for anything, you really need to contact James. I'm going to put James is the one that deals with the onboarding. James is the one that deals with the deal making. James is the one that has all of that information handy. Reach out to him. I'm sure he can help you. And the other thing is, I'm sure he can help you find the best possible deal. We just had Black Friday, end of the year here. I'm sure they'll be able to help. Reach out to him. I don't have that handy here, Zach.
And we'll get RGTZ go.
RGTZ?
Yeah, this has been pretty great this morning. Went down to 21.11. It's now at just hit 24. It's $3.
Boy, I tell you what, I should have been looking at these. Honestly, I was so excited from the bullish move here. You know what? Wasn't there a whole bunch of quantum upgrades recently?
Bro, that's crazy. So now the down move is easier to go down than the up move, bro. Oh my God, fool.
I'm not misremembering here to quote Roger Clemens.
Bruh, that shit be so annoying, bruh.
Look at the upgrade itself. Come on. Redbush initiates coverage of Rigetti.
God, that shit is fucking annoying, bro.
Okay.
Jeffries sees $198 billion revenue potential by 2040 for quantum computing. There was more though. There was it was Jeffries. It was Jeffries.
All of a sudden, this shit gonna break. Come on, bruh.
Q was on that
Damn.
as well as QBTS.
Okay.
That shit be annoying as
I
fuck, dog.
I think it's
Bro.
sooner than people think, but these valuations for these companies just ridiculous. I don't agree with those price targets for Getty at all.
And by the way, the biggest one, or the most notable one, perhaps I should say, Jeffries initiating coverage on IONQ with a buy rating and announcing a price target of $100. The current price is $46.76, and this is after a 2% gain here today.
RNTX.
I guess we need something else to trade.
Well, I just think that this quantum theme kind of got kicked up as a theme, and then going back to your Rigetti RGTZ trade, probably should have had that on watch here. The quantum names traded up here this morning immediately showed weakness. This is the type of setup that you want for an RGTZ trade, 13, and you were all over it from the beginning here.
Yeah, we hit 24.50 in the after hours. We barely hit. We almost hit that at the end of the day yesterday. So that could give us a bit of an upside target to shoot for. I don't know that we'll see it, especially with this run that we just had. We're starting to weaken a little bit, but we're less than 50 cents away right here. But we'll see what happens.
PSTL.
Everything else seems to be looking pretty weak. Where's the SPY looking like right now?
SPY came back in 676, but it's still above that 50, isn't it? 674 and change, I think is what it was.
BENF.
I got you.
I had the 20% 200. I should took that shit, bro.
Oh no.
That was my target. I don't understand why I don't follow my goals, bro.
This is the data feed though. Hang on.
ATHA trying to turn back up. This might be trading up into a
MG.
rising wedge, maybe. If that's the case, then this is probably going to have a pretty good fall at some point.
BENF.
AUR.
That shit, but dog.
Another one that I'm in.
Really, bruh?
Lower, MSOS, this is coming in. SOC, this looks like it's rolling over as well. All these names.
That shit is so fucking annoying,
BS,
bruh.
about to lose 8. There's some support down at 8, but it's down there chewing through the buyers.
All right, I don't know. I must have just had a hiccup there, 13. Looks like all my different time frames are working. Let me know if they're working for you. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and alert the team.
Annoying, bro. G shit,
I was
bruh.
mentioning there, indeed. We did not recapture the 20, but we are still holding above the 50. So that 50 is going to be about 675 now, with that moving average ticking up with today's action. 678.35 is that 20. That's going to be one of those key levels we're looking for.
Yeah, it looks like we it traded right up to that. Let's see, what's the high of today? 678.59. So that's just above the 20-day SMA, as you were pointing out, and also the
Shit,
previous
so
all-time high
fucking
of
stupid,
678.47.
man.
That previous all-time high, that was previously support, and got a resistance in the 680 area, blasted through that level. I think several times on Tuesday we were trying to
TGL.
spend some time recapturing that. So 678.47, that previous all-time high, pretty strong level here.
BLBS.
Yeah. Okay. So
BLBS.
678.47 in addition to the 20-day. Okay.
Looks like some of the movers from this morning are trying to turn back up.
TGL.
I get a 20%. I'm out, yeah.
AHMA.
See what we get. Looks like MSOS is trying to turn around. Not sure about YCBD.
Oh my God, bro.
Went right through the 200 EMA.
Acting like the Naima is this great master of resistance, bro. Oh my goodness, kid.
1450 session high. Looks like 1350 is a big seller on the way. So even if we are trying to recover this, that guy that Ray has to deal with. ONDS still looks like this could go lower. It's getting some support from the 15 EMA on the 5 minute, but I've not seen enough volume that looks like it's going to take it back up through VWAP yet. So we're getting a little bit of backing off from RGTZ.
Lucy.
Sorry, I'm handling something at work real quick. Oh, by the way, our poll and what the heck happened here? Why isn't my chart? It was just working a second ago. It was working on the other page. Oh, it is working. Okay, I just have to reload it.
Should be
our poll
annoying,
results are in.
bruh.
So 13, we talked about that immortality story earlier. I don't think you were here yet. We did put up a poll. If immortality were possible, would you choose it?
CRBP.
No, led the way with 36%. That's what I voted, by the way. Yes was second with 35%. And the third option, only if I could opt out later, which is very clever, 29%. This is, I am a little bit surprised by these results, to be quite honest with you. This is basically an even distribution across the three choices. Very, very close to dead even. That's interesting to me.
I want to see what happens next.
OPFI.
It's my justification.
Crimp Biscuit, for those choosing immortality, be prepared to revoke your driver's license. Oh, well,
why?
If you're because he's saying when you get really old, you probably shouldn't be driving. But I think here, the amendment to that, Crimp Biscuit, is obviously, if your senses are not deteriorating, if you're mentally sharp and your eyes and your ears and your motor functions work, and perhaps that won't be required.
Yeah, I mean, if you're immortal, what does that mean? That you don't die, or that you also stop aging? Because if you stop aging, then you're not going to be physically impaired to operate a vehicle.
Oh, I will take this comment. Sorry to interrupt, 13.
No, it's okay. We're speculating.
Matt says, Ryan, thanks. I doubled down on CGC, Tilray, and GTBIF 2 weeks ago. I was going to do a tax loss sell on all three, and it backfired for a killing because now I have to pay a big gain. Well, if you're still in those, Matt, and you save them till January, that tax burden doesn't come till next year. You make the decision. That's not my choice. You do what you got to do. I have no idea about your situation, your risk, or your tax bracket, but that is an option that is available to you here with only, 10 days left in the year?
It's a nice problem to have.
Crankbait here says, I need to live long enough to see the Vikings win a Super Bowl. That looks like why he chose to be immortal. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help.
Also, really quickly, one thing here. I was a bit sad the other day. For this upcoming weekend, on one of my fantasy teams, I have the Bears defense, and they have done great for me this year. Not just because of my fandom, because they've done great, but they're playing the Packers. And if you know anything about the Bears-Packers rivalry, you cannot rely on the defense to score a whole bunch of points when they play the Packers, because the Bears love to get their butt pounded by that team for whatever reason. So I had to drop the Bears defense yesterday, and the best option that I had to pick up was the Vikings defense. And yeah, when I'm looking at my ticket for this waiver ad, it shows me dropping Bears and picking up Vikings. That was a difficult thing for me to press confirm on. I'm not going to lie to you. It was very difficult for me to press confirm, but I did that. So Crankbait, just know I'm starting your Vikings defense instead of my Bears defense this weekend. 13, laugh all you want.
Hey, that's fine. You can confirm that all you want to, because that was something that certainly was happening.
Bro, that 90 image very annoying, bro.
Oh, sorry, we said somebody at the door. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, sorry for what I was going to say. But
you're all good. I'm glad everything at your door is okay. I get distracted too sometimes. I look up at CNBC. Well, I won't even finish that. Blakey, Vikings played the Giants. Good choice. See, Judge, I played the matchup. I'm trying to win. I'm actually in the playoffs in this league. I'm trying to win. I'm not just trying to be a super fan.
How long did you hover over the toilet after making that trade?
I didn't, thankfully.
Oh,
I
man.
immediately distracted myself with some college basketball and then took a phone call. So I was all right. But man, it was.
NCC.
I can just see you hovering
I
over.
rethought my life for a bit.
You're hovering over places straight going. That was a great game.
Me too. You missed it. I went to go mute myself earlier today because I had to cough, and I hit the wrong button, which played the one-up sound, and then I coughed without being muted, so they heard the cough too. And I was just like, you know what? You just butchered that completely. Ryan, who are you pulling for in the college football play? In IU, baby. Who's yours? IU, man. That's where I went. Love that they beat down Ohio State.
EVCM. TGL.
Thank you, man. God, I'm getting annoyed with y'all, man. Hurry up. Give me my profits.
Izzy has enough of our conversation.
Shit.
He wants to know what the chart on MU looks like. I'll go to the bigger chart here so we can actually chart that out.
SVRE.
You better break VWAP too. I ain't playing.
It almost go right.
You better break the VWAP.
High areas from December 10th. Looks like it was
PHUN.
pretty close. Didn't quite get up to the same highs, but that area in
JXG,
the 260s seems to be a pretty tough
CRZ.
spot for Micron. As of late.
OWLT.
Micron, so the chart here, very, very clear double top now. You might even consider this a triple top depending on where you draw your line, but that's going to be up to you. That resistance area, very, very clear, 263 to 264. The other thing notable here about Micron...
There you go. It's ready to slide. There you go. There you go.
Dipped a little bit on profit taking.
Come on.
It looked like Micron was going to turn bullish. 2 attempts to try and go above that 262.5. Rejected, and now we've got the PLC
JXG.
waterfalls. Don't go chasing them. This is continuing to bleed down.
Thank you.
That Micron candle on the daily
Thank
doesn't
you.
look
Come
all
on.
that great. Obviously, there's still some time to close here.
Come on.
I'll tell you what, a move down, a big pullback down to 235, I think that might spook people too.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier about this, we could see a gap fill that it was created by the earnings. So certainly not off the table for expectations.
BVAR.
Looks
MTVA.
like we're still getting some weakness in the marijuana names.
MTVA.
Market might be trying to trade back up to the highs. Spies trying to get back up there.
ALBT.
Don't know if we're done yet here today. 677, almost 678.
Let's see if it can clear the 20 and the 678.47 previous all-time high. That's the big resistance area. Because if we start trading above that, then we're going to need to see a recapture of 680, which has been a support area going into this week, and then Tuesday and yesterday, we we're trading beneath that level. Trying to recapture it,
Come on,
not happening.
push.
So 680 is a big
resistance
area that we need.
There you go. Push. Don't retreat. Don't retreat. Go ahead and push.
Currently?
Yeah.
Go ahead and push.
678.
Yeah.
There you go. 6-7, folks. Got him.
Oh my God. No.
That's
Push.
670.
Push. There
Yeah,
you go.
6-7.
There you go.
T8. I got it, but you still
There
said
you
6-7.
go.
Get some.
There you
Get some.
go.
Take that.
Boom Ferry.
Take that.
Boom
All
Ferry.
right.
Boom
What
Ferry.
does Ryan at 12-year-old
Jesus parle game vle.
Don't answer that. I warned you
Jesus
that I was
parle
going to
game
Christmas
vle.
vibes flowing here, and I'm
ALBT.
pounding with coffee.
ALBT.
Ryan here says we will end
There
the
you
year
go.
green.
Break up.
Yes, I think so too.
Break it over. Break it
Relative to
over.
today or the all-time high?
Break
I
it.
didn't specify, which I think was part
Break it. Break it, nigga.
Okay.
ACON.
Micron may be curling here. Jay, given Micron's report and where it is on the chart, I know Lion said he likes Micron, says Micron's going to go up a lot over the years. I know Lion's got traditionally a more long-term view than some of the short-term stuff that we do here. Jay, what's your view on Micron? Is this safe to buy? Is this something where you really need to wait this out to get more of a discount on it? What are your thoughts there on Micron? Just out of curiosity.
Come on.
CORZ. Lens.
Micron is
OWLT.
support. right now. I'm
SPRU.
trying to turn around. I'm not sure.
There you go. One more push.
Big recovery.
One more
I think,
motherfucking push, nigga.
250 could be
God, don't do that.
spot. We'll see what happens on this
Don't do that.
recapture.
One more push, bruh.
And
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
last place.
One more push.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah! Yeah! One more push.
Thinking that a theme that I'm gonna look into. I had said before the beginning of 2025, one of the themes that I was into was going to be drones. I also talked a little bit about lithium, although I didn't do as much trading on that. And
I'm
I also
out.
talked about
I'm out.
cybersecurity, which was probably
I'm out.
the
I'm out. Don't get greedy. I'm out.
theme or area.
I'm out. That was a great trade. I'm out.
Performed the best.
Fuck
Drone one was
that,
obviously
bruh.
the best performer there. One of my themes going into 2026, and I am
Yeah! Great day trade. 213 on that. Knock that down. Great day trade. I'm out. I'm out. Fuck! I should have done that the first time. I can't play with my food like that, bro. The gold 10 to 20%, dog. I could do that. 2, 4, 6. Got that shit, nigga. Got that. I was waiting for that push. I was waiting for this trade target, and I got it. It took some chopping around, took some holding. I'm not gonna lie, I could have ate both ways. I could have ate the puts right here, brought this back again. Bruh, if I'm a real day trader, I gotta learn how to catch these moves. A real day trader is gonna catch these moves, bruh. Real shit. But all in all, yeah, we cut down on that loss from Friday, so now that's 135. I'll take that. I'm still up. Now tomorrow we bank.
Good dividend payers
Same
as
thing
well.
tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
10 to
Yes,
20%. We do
And
it.
I'll tell you something. I've talked a lot about Starwood really being my favorite dividend player and all of that. I'd love to add some more really good dividend payers to the portfolio that I'm trying to wait out on long trades. That
Watch.
also
It's
makes
not
sense.
now that I'm out the trade. Watch this shit reach like 612, 613. Now that I'm out, all of a sudden,
I do like
all of a sudden, now that I'm out, watch.
My whole thing is the
Fucking
turbines right
dope.
now. I want the play that energy's going to
CDT.
Looks like some of these names are starting to come back up here. SOC on the return.
All of a sudden, kid.
F-Cell, good mention here. Who was this? Chester, look at F-Cell. Breaking out of the top here. Chester, look at F-Cell.
Oh, you see, look, 9's going. I told you. Told you.
Oh, you see, look, 9's going. I told you. Oh, you see, look.
That shit bullshit, bro. Oh my god. That's that bullshit, bro.
Look at this. I'll be honest.
Trust
I
me.
hope the bottom
Trust
is
me.
put in, 'cause this chart is
That's that
not the
bullshit.
greatest. It's obviously reverse split calculated here. I don't necessarily see the trend line that you're asking for. I do see this formation here.
As soon as I sell it, bro, this shit wanna take off, bro.
Yeah, SOC is speaking of screaming.
That's
SOC
crazy,
is,
fool.
Is trying to do that very same thing. It looks like we're trying to push up back up to 930 again. I just was looking at Jay's comment about Micron. He's going to be wishy-washy. It's a tough call. I'm kind of on the same plane here. The pricing is very cyclical. DRAM pricing stays strong. We'll have to stay that way for several quarters for it to go higher. So one of the things is that they've kind of...
That's crazy, bro. Okay, it's coming back down, though. It's coming back down.
The AI is in play. I think this is
Coming back down. I ain't tripping.
We might end up seeing NVIDIA end up going. As the AI side is much more of a bigger business now than consumer graphics cards and consumer RAM. So I can understand
Come on,
that.
snipe that trade, man. We snipers, man.
But I still think
Snipe
the
'em.
AI data center ain't
Where my
going
cash register at? Where my cash register at?
on in 2030, so
We gotta celebrate that shit, man.
Micron's, if you're going to be holding for that long,
Come on, man. Good shit, man. Ring the fucking register, man. Ring the fucking register, nigga.
Just pulled back to the VWAP. Remember trading vehicle on this one?
Let
Let me see if these boys on Discord. I have a feeling they are.
And they may even spin off the business, but it's kind of where I'm thinking it might end up going. Because
SPHL, KPLT,
look at all the headaches they've been dealing with their most
PAVS,
recent RTX 50 series.
NYNZ,
I mean,
OLMA,
it seems to me like they're way more focused on the AI side of the business.
PAVS,
And if they're gonna continue with GPUs,
OPFI,
at least we'll have some lower
PAVS,
rigs with. But
PAVS,
I'm really thinking that either they're gonna spin off or just reduce that type of business. Going forward.
We made some bread today.
That's just the way I see it for the time being. It might not be wrong.
What I live. Wow, look. As soon as I sell, this shit wanna go higher, bro. This shit don't like me, kid.
CRBP,
In the meantime, I'm still holding Tesla to break all-time highs. I think it's gonna gap up and do some good
I
shit.
feel like we're just headed in this direction where we're just gonna rent our compute and not own it. It might take a while, but that's just where
I am holding CSL calls January 16.
Whatever I can do to fight that tooth and nail.
I called her doctor cause she wants to have surgery. I call her baby, took him over. Ooh.
Gaia,
Pabs, looking pretty good here. Just a new session high. We didn't get as high as in the mark here.
Never get high on your own supply.
What it's gonna do here. It keeps looking like it's gonna roll over, and then we get this move up higher.
TGL, KINS,
Oh, this shit tripping tonight.
OLMA, TGL,
Oh man, that shit's mentally tiring, bruh. You gotta watch every tick. Shit.
That held up above the 200 EMA.
Alright, I'm still watching CSL. Let's go to Rich Tech. It's up 3%. Still holding that trend line barely. Still holding that 200 EMA.
TGL,
It touched that 200 EMA. I'll definitely buy calls right here.
I totally agree. I'd rather play AI through energy.
BBAI up 3%.
Not the easy way to do that. I'm with you on that, and I just think that's gonna be.
NPV,
Let me see. And that shit looking good though. I ain't gonna lie.
A bit more than some of the individual AI names. I would also say I would throw AI infrastructure on there, which is one of the reasons I'm still kind of looking at Oracle if it comes in a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot of different choices for all these different tech companies. When it comes to how
You got a lot of choices. Make one, nigga.
One thing that does, and that's electricity. So
What Bitcoin at right now? Okay, Bitcoin is.
And basically for the grid.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing. VIX yesterday, and
A
that's
longer term pennant,
top
maybe.
18 exactly. Today it's melted. Back down here 16.
Oh, that shit at.
13, did you ever see the 1995 version of Mortal Kombat, the movie?
Oh, did I?
I watched it last night just because I was flipping back and forth between a hockey game and that. I haven't seen it in forever. I forgot how corny it was, but there was like a nostalgic happiness vibe that I had from watching that movie. It made me laugh. it made me laugh.
I said at the time that came out, and this is when I was a very young 13. I wasn't happy.
Bitcoin potentially in this ascending, well, descending triangle. I would say. This triangle pattern basically. So from here to about here, it's about 5% move line 3,000. We need to get to 100,000, which is a 12% move.
That's Mortal Kombat. The appeal goes way up, and then they make a movie where
Which you can do.
I didn't like that. I think they should have started
From here to all-time highs, about 41%. So 85%. Let me see, 85%. Another band.
More along the lines of the Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna build up a couple of racks if that shit move.
It's coming out with
SSTI,
I can't think of his name. He's in the voice.
BENF,
But anyway,
KINS,
I wish they had come out with
NPV.
more.
AISP,
SST.
XGN,
Yeah, more, a little bit more closer to what the game was.
Oh my. Ooh, Spy getting into a nice golden zone. Hold on. Let's move that over. Now this looks like a nice clean setup.
If you turn the radio on,
GTEC,
the song was playing all the time.
Oh yeah.
People were going crazy over that movie.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks
Oh,
clean,
wow.
but it's oversold. I mean, overbought on the 1 minute, so it's probably gonna pour back on this resistance right here.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Yep, he passed away. He was in a lot of great stuff too. As a matter of fact,
Let me go to the 5 minute chart since I'm not in the trade.
One of the more recent Mortal Kombat games. So he was still very active in the older years. So very sad to see him pass away. That was a lot of attention.
One of my previous jobs, I worked for a company that would verify Rolex watches, and one of the people that worked in the building that I would travel to was either dating or with, or I can't remember what the marital status was, but it was with the guy that actually did the acting for Scorpion back in the initial game.
That was my
Turkey, cover for me for a
You
second.
got it. Yeah, Scorpion was a guy that I always liked to play. I mean, I had friends, Sub-Zero, that was their guy. They liked his finishing move, and frankly, it was probably one of the better ones. But Scorpion was my guy. I always liked playing him. But yeah, that's thinking about it. That was great. Yeah,
All right.
when I was a young 13. I was a PG 13. I expect. Parentally guided 13.
Really quickly here, 13. I don't think I've ever really shared this with anybody, but let me go ahead and show you this. I thought this was really cool. Wait, how do I?
Pretty straight.
Let's do this.
I'm over here now.
Okay, let's do this. So, the guy's name is Daniel Pacina, and he is a martial arts expert, and he did all of the martial arts for Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. Right? And so one day we were talking about this, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I was like, you know that guy? That's like the coolest thing I ever heard. The next time I appeared back at the office, she had got one of those media pictures, got him to personalize it and sign it with "To Ryan, get over here."
That's awesome.
One of the coolest that I was blown away. All
right, Holly's trading what is it? SOC up 75% on the day.
Absolutely blown away by this. The guy apparently is one of the nicest human beings in the world, despite being just a martial arts epic master. And just, I didn't even ask. They just incredibly nice people. I will have a positive view on
There ain't a lot Holly know what they be doing,
for the
bro.
rest of my life because of those actions. So, okay, sorry, tripping to my personal life there. Sorry for the distraction, but thought that was really cool.
That's great. Yeah, I agree. Cam, you should frame that.
I should. You guys are both right. I should actually do that. I'll do that for this Christmas season.
Above your gaming rig.
Thank you, producer, for getting back there. Yeah, actually, there would be a good spot right here.
All right, folks, we just decorated Ryan's room. What's happening? We're getting nice recovery.
Nah, let's wait. Let's not add anymore. Hold on.
Oh, do we have news?
We just absolutely blasted through 78, 47 all-time high. We are above 60.
Yeah. Oh my God. Breaking news. Market trades up on autograph to right. No, just kidding. It looks like there's actually no news that's driving this higher here. U.S. imposes sanctions on vessels linked to Iran. That's not what's doing.
Great trade today.
This looks like this is
I had a mindset that I was gonna make my 20%,
CPI print here today. You know what though? This has me wondering. So
and I did.
we were just talking about some of those levels there, including that 50-day moving average. We're back above 680 now. What's next? I think we've got the pre-market highs from yesterday are right at about 682. Here's what your daily looks like.
Yeah, is
This
that?
is what I was up. So we've
Oh, yeah, I
right
stink.
now, we would have
I'm not gonna
recaptured the
lie.
20-day moving average.
Whatever,
And we would
sorry.
have recaptured the downtrend that we recently installed. This to me looks really good if we're able to close above this.
So if you go to a 5-minute chart, to your point about the 680-150 area, that's where
We here, baby. We made our money.
especially the past 2 days.
Which area? Sorry.
680-150.
680-150. Let me back this out a little bit.
CDT.
Yeah, so you can see like the past week. See how we were kind of holding that shelf?
Yes.
They were right at 682
Yes.
and 680-150, and then we lost it, and then 680 was like the
Bingo.
last support area, and we just went right down. Now we've come back up to 680, and we're trying to get through this whole supply area from 681 to 682. I think the first step for me, just I want to see today if we're going to be in recovery mode. Let's just close above 680 at the least. Let's do that. Let's close above 680. That'll give us a nice. It should give us some nice upward momentum in going into Friday. We still have the Bank of Japan rate decision, so don't know what's going to happen with that. But if this is the point where we do start to turn around the market, I do want to see a recaptured close above 680.
Okay, really good stuff there. 680, 680, 150. Both of those should represent key levels here today. That's kind of is interesting, and you know what? That did come on a little bit of volume expansion too to the upside there. So interesting. FFAI, I saw this. It was on my scanner. I'm not necessarily sure why. I don't think there was any news for this.
TTAM.
Nope, Wednesday. Had some news on that on Wednesday.
Yeah, don't ignore Amazon, particularly like the line was saying Google.
Why is it? We have to ignore Amazon.
We're not going to ignore this because he's telling us Amazon, so we know about Amazon. But this looking like it's had a really nice day. Might run into some resistance around 28 to 29. That's kind of the next area of resistance I'm seeing here when I look to the left. Just over the 27 80 area, which was providing some resistance on Monday. Hadn't been back up here since Monday, so we can close above this and let's see if we can recapture some other levels from last week as well.
Let's see, there was something else I wanted to mention here. I lost my train of thought there. You guys are looking at app. Can you please look at the app chart?
Okay.
Skill.
Tell you what, this probably one of the best short report buys of all of 2025. To Lion's point here, it has been a money printing machine on that. And look at this. We even had this head and shoulders, potential head and shoulders, that app just gave 2 middle fingers to and ripped higher. This actually looks like this might try this 7, what do we have up here? 725, 730 area. I mean, this thing.
FMST.
I think it's super bad every time I think we pull this stock up.
Oh, I know. We've joked about that a lot in Happy Hour. Yeah.
And Lion Yassine, you guys like this for more? I mean,
I'm just kind of making some measurements here. I want to get an idea of where this may end up going.
PSTL.
And I think I need to use a long time frame to do that.
VAR.
That was nice that we filled the gap from September and then just turn around and retire. So yeah, I think we're going to need to see a break over. I think this is it could have a big breakout over 750. The last time we were up there in September, we pushed up to just shy up and came right back in. I think the
winning trade,
break was
winning trade.
745.61.
DICM.
A little bit lower this last time, this past week. But if we continue to hold above, I would say 650. And I think we could get a big breakout over 750.
okay, Yassine's got 715 as the
PAVS.
target line, still long from 300.
TENX. SNBR.
That's what I mean. This one really paid. Weren't we supposed to get a bear cave report today?
Love.
Maybe we haven't got it yet.
MPA. Session high.
CCIX.
I literally Googled bear cave and build a bear cave.
CCIX.
That's what you wanted, right?
No. So it looks like here the one right on the top here is PTRN. It's from December 4th. So no, I thought we were supposed to get one here today. Maybe we just haven't yet, or maybe it went out to subscribers or something first. I don't know. If that comes, I'll let you know. CGC. This is just going sideways. This is actually nice though. I'll tell you what. This still on deck for another move higher here. This building trading sideways above the VWAP on the back of all the what's going on here with the cannabis names. This one might go higher. CGC.
That does have
adding to it here. Just kind of holding it. Sorry, 13.
That has a really nice formation there.
Oh yeah.
the momentum has been swinging to the downside. So I'd be waiting for the momentum to start to turn back up. I'm glad that this is already, the momentum already kind of swung downwards. Because if we're still getting support from the VWAP and you start getting the momentum swinging the other direction, then that's pretty good for upside. See if we end up getting that though. We gotta continue to hold above VWAP.
You like boxing?
PADS, the one that not trading today, still trying to climb up to the 396 high.
TENX.
I'm waiting for a pullback 630, 650 on that.
SOAR.
He drives your car in your truck.
SNSE.
Okay, so between the 20 and 50 SMX.
And a question here from Daniel 13. What red flags did PAV give you that removed it from your radar?
AGCC.
I didn't know anything about it. It didn't seem like it was a great company, and the reverse split kind of put me on.
He still pops up.
Because they need cash and they could do a capital raise at any time. So because it seems like to me they're going through all the motions of regaining compliance. Now I haven't looked to see if that's the case, but when you start trading underneath the dollar, you're not meeting the minimum bid requirement, and you have some time before you can get back above there. Good, but they've been down there for a while. They had to go through a reverse split. That change the share structure a bit, but at the same time, it also allows them to dilute the stock again with even more shares. And if you look at what this company was originally at, this used to be a $10,000, $12,000 stock because of the reverse splits. So I'd be careful. That's why I was wanted to be careful with this one because I don't know when this capital raise is potentially coming.
Lion, I looked on the Bear Cave website and I didn't see anything yet. So I thought there was supposed to be one coming. There might still be. It just might not be out yet. But I didn't find a new one yet. I'll let you. If I find it, I'll let you know, of course.
And meanwhile, you have some of these other movers that are about to make some new session highs. SOC is right at the doorstep there.
I'll tell you what, Roush Stage 3 from the beginning here. This was some super strength here, and maybe even a decent play into 2026. No position for me.
Oddly enough, DJT was also pretty good today.
Sure was.
Still looking pretty good. I mean, we're trading up into what could be an ascending triangle here, and if that's the case, we should be anticipating a 1470 breakout. We are past that time where volume begins to leave the market, so I don't know if we'll end up getting the move that I think that would happen with this formation. But we'll see. Just keep that in mind. We are past that time.
I'm ready that nigga, hallelujah.
Not past, not past yet, apparently.
Amazon was good. Ondas stuff back at 8 here. PayPal, remember, did fill that gap a little bit. That's actually trying to hold up. Apple tried to fill that gap from the move down. Amazon, as we already kind of talked about, that was the strongest.
Past revenue is up 18,000%.
Toro.
Yeah, IWM was strong here today. That should bode well for small caps. This chart here, IWM recently pulled back. I wonder if we could have multiple days of some good small cap environment. That would be awesome.
Now, is that PAV's revenue figure, Wes, is that based from the past report?
CTX.
Because this company used to, I see in the past, like in 2022, this company was making over 90 million. What happened? But at the same time, this is still loses money. It's not profitable, so it's going to have to raise capital. It's great that it had 18,000% increase in revenue over
PAVS.
earnings report, but they don't have any cash and they lose money. So this was erring on the side of caution. I was wrong. I mean, it looks like it was been a great trade today, so wrong about that. But I had other things to trade. I still made money, so I'm happy.
I believe that was the consensus that we came up with.
Yeah.
I believe that was the consensus that we came up with. It seems like there were better things to trade here.
Yeah, and it's only now just getting up here when no one else is looking at it.
GLSI.
Meanwhile, all the other stuff we were trading had gone on a move and already came back in. Just, wasn't for me. I just didn't want to get start trading something that I know they're going to have to raise some money somehow. And I can see that as early as today.
Gold traded with that CPI print. Gold went up at the same time as the CPI. Really, gold needs to move through the 400 level to take the next leg higher. I think 403.30 was the actual high there on gold. That to keep going. I feel like I don't have to trade gold because any actual gold that I own continues to be worth more for me just holding it. That's kind of the way I look at that.
SNBR. CSAI.
God, the scanner really just kind of dried up for me here. And I'll be honest, I did not see anything terribly great on the options today either. I was kind of thinking we might see that there, but nothing. Carvana, this one I guess kind of interesting. This one recent. 455 call for January, a weekly contract, January 2026. Trader spent 1.44 million.
SNBR.
Person wonders if that's closing in a little bit early after this big move.
I see that we were talking about with they filed for a 200 million mixed securities shelf, but when I look at their secondary offerings, I don't see anything being raised yet. So that filing could still just be out there, and they're just waiting, until after the reverse split. So I don't think, I don't see that they've raised that money yet. They filed to do that, but I don't think they've actually sold the shares. I might be wrong, but I don't see anything. And that's
here we go. It's in the golden zone. My body's. I'm gonna wait till close to buy this whole thing.
Thank you for the kind words. Have a great one.
Take care.
FMST.
Silver to the moon. I'm there with you.
BCAL.
I'm there with you. Silver to the moon. Let's go.
Yuli.
Canvas names still looking like they're trying to recover.
BCAL.
Mostly going sideways. DJT's also a little bit sideways. SOC recently just put in a slightly new session high, backing off now. Looks like a lot of stuff is starting to back off a little bit.
Lululemon, that just traded up all pre-market. Came back in and looks like it held 220 here. What do I think? We have 228 as the 200 day. Let me go ahead and check that real quick. Tell you what, Anne-Marie giving out just giving out gems. That Lulu trade she gave out, I think it's like 300% here today. She gave that out a week ago. Here's Lulu daily chart. What do we got for the 200 day? 228. I was right. 8 more points. We'd love a recapture there on Lulu. Michael Burry also likes Lulu here.
All right, now we vibing.
Likes Lulu. He called himself that. I'm not even poking fun at him.
So Lululemon is moving up on that Elliott management position.
Yeah, big stake by Elliott. Rooster, take care of yourself. Really good stuff. Glad y'all had a great day. Seems like a great day all around here for the group. We'll take that. We'll take that every day we can.
Absolutely, it has been a really good morning. Absolutely. Let's see if we can get a continuation of that into the afternoon once we get some clarity on when we're getting that that rescheduling signed or addressed. Maybe it doesn't even sign it. Maybe it's more talking about it.
I'm just glad to listen to rumors about that instead of war with Venezuela today. I'll be honest with you. That to me is an absolute relief that we're coming back down to some more sensible things.
Take care, Lions. Take care, Rooster.
Christoph says CGC on the hourly looks bearish. Okay, so you think that might come back in. Take care of yourself, Lion. Anyone else that's leaving here?
If you lose the VWAP, I would think that maybe we are going to come back in. But so far, we're just now.
Chipotle apparently, I'm just seeing this for the first time on CNBC. Chipotle has a new GLP-1 friendly menu.
And that was one of the greatest calls I had when we started to talk about this GLP-1 like 3 or 4 years ago. Remember when we were talking about this?
Yes,
we're going to start to see if you're saying if more of this gets traction, more people are going to be on GLP-1s, then you're going to probably see a lot of restaurants that are going to have GLP, like
Oh, yeah.
those big menus where, and it,
Yep,
it,
no,
it
you
could
did
be
say that.
it could be great for restaurants because they could just make smaller portion sizes,
Higher margins.
but exactly higher margins, not really bring the price down by half, but maybe like a third.
MRCN.
Margin. So I thought that was like a margin boom for restaurants doing these Ozempic menus,
If I recall, I was kind of wishy-washy, to use Jay's term from earlier today. I was kind of wishy-washy on that call, 13. And here we are, just a couple years later, and it's exactly what's happened.
Yeah,
That was a really good call. Really good call.
So I think that the more that restaurants start to do that, you might see some. I don't know if this is going to happen for sure, but it's what I'm looking for. If I'm right about this whole thing, we're going to see margin improvement in the restaurants that actually adopt some Ozempic menus or GLP-1 menus. So something I'm watching for to see if that's correct. So far,
It says just throw Ozempic right into the burrito bowl and you're
there
good.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, and Tara, I absolutely agree with you on that. I mean, I don't know, I can't recall a day where I did more as just shaking of my head. Like, I'm reading some of the stuff on X and I'm like, are you guys, like, I know cannabis names are running, but honest to God, like, what are you actually smoking? Like, what on earth is going on here? I would much rather read rumors and back and forths about weed being legalized via an executive order than war with, just, today's gonna be a better day, Tara. I'll leave it at that.
Let's airdrop some
MGRT.
pre-rolls down to these hot spots, and maybe they can all just,
FBYT.
make up and smoke together.
Where is the stepping 13? I'm just kidding.
What Shady's? You're saying I should avoid trading paper? You mean like
What?
paper assets like these, like stocks, or what are you getting at?
FRGT.
Calorie deficits and exercise, folks. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
That's what I do. That's why fasting has been great for me, and I try to exercise every single day.
Yeah, just kind of waiting for some of these other names to
GNTA.
do something. It looks like cannabis is out of favor for the
EBAX.
moment
KLRS.
as far as trade goes.
USIN.
Looking around here to see if there's anything else interesting. Still that 680. SPY basically went right to 680 and stopped. The breadth looks good. It's green across the board, but
KLRS.
Amazon's still near the highs. Apple closed that gap down.
Yeah, exactly.
MRCC.
That's what I'm thinking.
SUPD.
The anti-war drug. There you go.
MRCC.
Take care, Kevin.
PBAR. MRCC.
Kathy says GLP-1 drug side
MRCC.
effects are like bad toupees. You
WBUY.
only notice the bad ones.
NCEW.
Ozempic face, I think, is one of the
NBY.
Yeah.
terms. I was
Trying to get my hands on
surprised when we were getting reports about an increase in fertility rates as a result.
Market pulling back a little bit.
The whole thing was that if when you were taking these, you're changing your metabolism a little bit better for the better, and because you're becoming more healthy. So because you're losing all that weight, so that increases fertility. What's that?
I'm sorry. I was listening to you, but then I read Jay's comment. Shaq's up 5 points today. Are they making a GLP-1 shake?
WBUY.
Oh man,
I'll take a large chocolate Ozempic.
I could have gone about my day without even thinking that. But here we
SUPD.
are. All right, 13. The day went fast. I know I was kind of goofy and loopy here. I got news for you though. That's probably going to continue as we get closer and closer to Christmas.
INFU.
13. Any closing words for the group here today?
Another fun day, everybody. Looks like we got some nice upside with some of these earnings reports. And,
GNTA.
the whole sentiment around marijuana and that being rescheduled. So we'll see what we end up getting here in the rest of the day. If we end up getting that signature or just more talk about it. But until then, have a great rest of your day, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right, 13. Good job as you always do here. We're done here for today, folks, but we'll be back at this tomorrow to close the week out strong. We'll see what happens with the executive order signing, and perhaps more importantly than that, the Bank of Japan. Enjoy the rest of your
ANDS.
Thursday. Stay green, stay safe, stay focused. We will see you tomorrow.
BDMT.
Good to see Steph still balling at a high level at 36 years old. Not worried about his team just yet. We will get more into that. But Steph,
That's normal now. I mean, I'm about to say that's.
to be 37 in March.
It's
been normal. I mean,
Only for them three. That shit ain't normal to do that.
I mean, they're the ones that's making it normal. So.
This ain't that shit normal now. That shit ain't normal, nigga. This ain't that shit normal now. That shit ain't normal, nigga.
Yeah, like how many players in your era? Like when you came out, Dirk won one.
MLKN,
Stop playing, Rick.
TPST.
Like,
Yeah, Dirk was there.
after the championship.
Love.
Dirk retired. I think Dirk retired. Wait, what? Wait, what? Was it?
Oh, because he retired. Like,
Dirk was definitely in his 30s when he won. Yeah, I don't know. Jeez, the kid was old. I don't remember Dirk. Was it 2011?
Dirk born in 78.
Or was it? He was 33?
SGN.
32, 33?
Won a champion in 2011.
PLAG.
Yeah, like 33.
Yeah.
man, he stopped playing fast.
Just turning 33 to his birthday.
That was it. But yeah, so he just turned type of grind. That era is a different type of grind. No. Listen. It's sad because no one talks about the Warriors no more. I mean, the biggest Warrior news, this season has been, Steph shoe, and what shoe he wears that game is basically where he's getting his recognition, and that's the sad part because I believe one reason that I don't pay attention to him anymore is because it's not about winning. Because the fact that you're purposely sitting
GTEC.
a player that can help you, and you're trying to force a player that clearly isn't that good, it kind of tells us you're really not in it to try to go out there and win it, because we all believe Kuminga is a big part of you guys moving forward. And the fact that you purposely want to bench him, you're showing everything you can possibly can to bench him. We seen him in the playoffs last year. We seen when he got benched, he was great. We was like, damn, he got his money, right? He's playing against a defensive team, playing with you needed all of that. So the fact that you don't want to play him and you're still playing this game with him just kind of tells me you don't want to win. So because you don't want to win and you're sitting there just wasting Curry's time, I just focus on what Curry's doing. I can really give two shits about the team itself.
This was a multi-layer segment, Gil, so I'm glad that you brought that up. But everyone's feeling the disappointment of the start of the season for the Warriors. From the fans, ownership, coaches, players. So according to SFGate, a 27-year-old fan by the name of Justin Dutari from Panama found Warriors owner Joe Lacob's email address online, felt compelled to send him the following note after the Warriors lost to the Blazers on the night after Steph dropped that 48 piece. He said, please do something about this team. What does Steph need to do to win every night? Drop 50 points. Jimmy Butler's tools are being underutilized because he's playing as a power forward due to the small position players. We have no true center. I am so frustrated. So this was verified. Lacob responded a few minutes later and said, nigga, don't email me, no, I'm just kidding. He said, you can't be as frustrated as me, working on it. It's complicated, style of play, coach's desires regarding players. Again, I'll read that. Coach's desires regarding players, league trends. Jimmy is not the problem. So Steve Kerr was asked about Lacob's email on Tuesday, had this response.
13 and 14.
Well, we're all frustrated. Joe is frustrated. I'm frustrated. Steph and Dre, everybody's frustrated. And this is, kind of how the league works. And, I hate when people, are going to post private emails. Imagine if everyone's emails were just publicly posted, how tough that would be to live. So Joe supports me 100%. I support him. We have a great connection. We've had so much continuity here, and our stable environment in our organization is one of our strengths. And that I didn't even know about it, but Raymond told me about it. It's not a big deal.
Exactly. That was confirmed by Raymond Riddler, Warriors, long time.
Raymond's still there.
Listen, it ain't never been a problem. It wasn't a problem because they was winning.
Yeah.
Their relationship has been solid because they was winning. Over the last, 4 years, it's been fighting to get in the playoffs. Play-in game after play-in game.
HNRG. Lays.
it's tough times, man, and it's yeah, you got some decisions have to be made, man. That's obvious. Like you got to do something.
TTAM.
Because you are literally wasting this man's
LC.
twilight years of his career. You're wasting them.
Fox.
So what is it going to take for him to come in there and be like, move me? I'm just saying, so is that what it's going to take for them to, I'm saying, for them to realize that they got to do something, right? For them to be like, for him to go in there and be like, listen, man, either something got to give or get me out of here.
Yep.
Right? Then they'll realize the dire trait of this situation. So, because it's bad, it's sad to watch, man.
The person that needs to do something is Mike Dunleavy. You need to go in and just fire Steve Kerr.
Damn, Mr. B.
Yeah, you need to go in and fire Steve Kerr. His schemes, him not wanting to play young players, the things that he's doing with Kuminga, is already just it messed everything up. Jimmy Butler, he's your second option. He's only shooting 11 shots. That's not going to work.
What are you playing? Need for speed, bro?
You know, at this point with Draymond, you're playing Draymond at the 5, you're playing Jimmy at the 4, so they all out of position.
Yep.
If I'm Mike Dunleavy, like I said before, you're going to have the balls.
Yep.
Go in there and tell them, yo, listen, man,
Yep.
Steve Kerr, your time is up. We cool on all that shit that we're doing. Jimmy
You said what?
He can be on the trade block and Draymond Green. And then, you know.
Oh, nah. I think I clicked on, nah, I'm not playing Need for Speed. I'm about to soon. After I'm done eating.
DSP.
Oh, okay.
Why you about to hop on? You not at work?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, I was gonna say like, oh, you probably off today. I mean, shit, I'll play, but I'd rather be playing. I didn't know y'all was gonna be on yesterday. That's why I'm like, fuck. I just got off and y'all was
I gotta
on.
download my shit again, bro. I had deleted my shit.
Yeah, download. Oh yeah, you was playing on the cloud?
DSP.
Nah. I brought it.
Okay, yeah, dog. Don't play on the cloud, dog. That shit's so ass, bruh. Shit.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I had brought that shit.
How many races?
Fell asleep.
Oh, who was falling asleep?
He fell asleep. All you niggas fell asleep, bro. I don't know what Jerry did. Jerry just got missing.
What, Jerry was losing the race and he was like, fuck it, I'm going to sleep. Yeah, I thought that's why that nigga don't want to come on right now. Matter of fact, man, hold up. Tell this nigga come on right now. How many races y'all did? I want to hear this. OC. OC. Dog, OC, dog, you been stingy, bro. You're not giving niggas the locks no more. You're not getting picks. Like, what's going on, bro? I want to make money too, fool. Shit. Because my shit has not been hitting last few weeks, y'all boys. My tickets been.
Yesterday, bro.
Bruh. Dog. Shit, you wanted to ticket. I ain't hit a ticket. What, damn near 2 weeks. I'm on the losing. I'm in a funk right now, man. I need to get out that funk, dog.
Y'all boys be trying to bet straight up. Bro, I know they didn't add another fucking call in my route, bro.
Bruh, I had missed one on the 4th pick, dog. I could have won like 4 Bs, bro. I missed about 1 pick, bro. Who messed me up? Was it the Ravens or the Bengals? It was one of them teams that fucked up my slip, bro. I like, damn. Oh, okay. I just peeped y'all out of the Need for Speed channel. Okay, that's all probably. Okay. Oh, that's great.
You have a new channel now?
Oh, no. And this time, yeah, just for Need for Speed. They just added it. So, like, we could play and shit. But, yeah, man. Oh, man, I can't wait. Yo, Saturday, bruh. I am unavailable Saturday, bruh. Noon is the Miami game, bruh. Gotta be locked in for this, bruh.
You gotta scream, bro.
What?
You said the Miami? You on game?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna stream that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna stream that. I'm gonna be on Discord, bruh. You gonna stream that. I ain't gonna lie. I think we could beat Texas A&M. I got a good feeling. What's it? Today's Thursday? Let me start sending my tickets now before they start messing with the odds and shit. Which team needs to justify CB play? Alabama or Miami?
If they don't play well in this game and Oklahoma moves on.
I forgot Jerry had a meeting today. He said,
Oh, like a meeting for his job?
yeah. But he said it was going to be done early. I don't know.
Nah, I seen him texting earlier. He was texting the chat earlier. I don't know if he's done or not. Let me see.
A lot of people don't think Alabama should have been in the playoff because they lost by 21 to Georgia. Now,
Jackson, that man was sending shit on Instagram.
Nah, that's what I seen too. I seen that man was sending stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, send him a text that we're in the Discord.
Alright, let me go take a shower, kid. I'm gonna be on my phone though. I can still listen. I'm just being on my phone. Hold on, let me switch to my phone. So, hold up. No. I'm not leaving. I'm just switching to my phone on Discord. So I could, you feel me? Come out of my bathroom. Alright, there we go. Yeah, OC dog nigga beat the lumps, man. Josh Beck for 2 TDs.
You've lost to Oklahoma for a third time in 13 months. I'm just imagining the stuff.
You heard me?
I don't want to step out of pocket here because I want to be respectful. I'm dead serious about this. But all
you hear me?
He's talking about how happy his family is. I think that'll change.
Listen to OC.
I don't think people down there is gonna be interested.
I think you're breaking up.
I don't think his family gonna be that happy because I don't listen on the pro level. We all know how intense it gets on the collegiate level. On the pro level, you got an offense coordinator in Philadelphia that got his house A-bombed. Oh, it's worse than college football. It's worse than college football. So when he's talking about how happy he is, I'm going like this. When he said that, I literally was watching. I went like this. That's phenomenal. Also, gotta remember that might not be the case next week. People down there poison the tree. How can you hate a tree? That's right. That's how serious it gets. Because it's our I'm not telling you, man. That's how much they took on the Rutgers.
RMAX. SSTI, AHT.
Check back at midnight tomorrow night if Alabama loses this game. Caitlin DeBoer's family may be happy, but there won't be an Alabama fan in the state happy with him.
Yeah, there it is.
Real. And if that's not the case, they're going to see to it that they make his family unhappy.
We'll leave that there.
That's how you do
Thank you, Paul. Bye-bye, Paul.
Yeah, like that too.
We do have more college football that will come later on in the show. We'll do our championship game predictions and much more. Plus, Joe Burrow had more to say about his future in Cincinnati. Should he force his way out? Of course, not seeing eye to eye on this. More First Take next after this.
You're watching First Take, presented by Freestyle Libre.
You ready, madam? Let's do this.
GLSI.
You get that? Say a lot. See Marty Supreme, and there it is, Christmas Day. Rated R. Watch NBA Christmas Day on ESPN and ABC.
I got this old thing in the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
Nah, it doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like this one.
Man, take your TV and go. Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal today.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that.
Need better sleep? We can help. It's Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance. Save up to 60% on Sealy, plus get a free adjustable base. Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
Fairlife Chocolate Ultra Filtered Milk brightens all your holiday traditions. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a delicious taste, Fairlife makes any moment magical. Fairlife.
FJET.
Before AG1, I was having some trouble maintaining consistency. My energy was low. And now the biggest change I've noticed is having maintained energy levels. I feel good from morning till night.
If history has taught us anything, it's not to root against the underdog. It pays to know what's coming. Every great leap began with a bold first step. And there's no shortage of
SSTK.
against impossible odds.
CBRS.
Stand down. You swing first. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Red licorice or black licorice? I say both. As long as it's from licorice.com. A curation of delicious flavors. Shipped fresh to you or a loved one in just days. Licorice.com. So good, we earned the name.
It's one of those days. We're not cooking dinner, so I pulled into Popeyes.
Smart. Popeyes $20 family meal feeds everyone. You take the night off. Take a holiday from cooking. Got a smaller crew? Get 5 pieces of chicken for $9. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
HCTI. TSLG.
John, they say with Lavazza, you'll become a maestro.
Yeah, maestro of coffee.
So it has nothing to do with music.
It does not.
Just coffee.
Coffee.
Shall I go again?
Please don't.
Enjoy the pleasure of a masterfully crafted coffee and feel like an Italian barista at home.
Just don't do my coffee.
Discover Lavazza blends now.
I need that one. That is my G flat.
The college football playoff kicks off at iconic campus stadiums.
Welcome back to the playoff.
Friday, the Crimson Tide rolls into Oklahoma to face Sooner Nation. Then, on Saturday, a triple header. First, Miami collides with Texas A&M at the 12th man. Then, Tulane heads back to Oxford to take on the new-look Rebels. And James Madison faces powerhouse Oregon in Eugene. The college football playoff first round, Friday and Saturday.
I got this friend that said he used to be on T-Mobile, but their network kind of sucked. His words. A lot of things used to suck, like cell phones the size of frozen lasagna.
MH.
But things changed. Now T-Mobile has the best network, by like a lot. But I'm just another guy in an ad saying the same thing, only first and true. Check out T-Mobile and experience what it means to have America's best network. Hey dude, you won't believe where I am.
The new SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants menu just dropped at Burger King. Dive into 4 delicious treasures while you still can. Hey, where'd Krabby Robber go? The SpongeBob movie, only in theaters, December 19th.
Here are this week's college football playoff first round matchups. Oklahoma hosting Alabama tomorrow night in Norman, 8 Eastern. Saturday's triple header starts with Texas A&M hosting Miami in College Station. That's at noon Eastern. Both of those games on ABC, ESPN, and the ESPN app. And then TNT is Tulane, Ole Miss, and Oxford, with James Madison, Oregon, capping the night in Eugene. Not been a great year for Joe Burrow. A severe turf toe injury required surgery, kept the star quarterback sidelined for 9 games, and last week, an embarrassing blowout loss to the division rival, the Ravens, knocked Burrow and the Bengals out of playoff contention for now the 3rd consecutive season. Burrow's recent comments and play really raised some eyebrows about his commitment, and yesterday he answered more questions about his future in Cincy.
Is there any bold VPO in your mind when you're not the quarterback of the Bengals next year?
I can't see that.
Ever thought about the possibility of not being the quarterback here during your career, or?
You think about a lot of things.
Okay, about a lot of things. So should we be thinking about a way maybe Joe Burrow should find his way out of Cincinnati?
I think so, and I think the way that he has managed and communicated with the media is him making it clear. This is not going to continue to be this way. Not with me as your quarterback.
NPV.
Losing stakes.
How many races y'all do?
High-level competitor, and you go from basically winning all the time in your life, which Joe Burrow did, to now losing all the time. It wears on you. I don't care how much money you make. I'm not minimizing, in the grand scheme of things, how amazing his life is when it comes to that element.
GLSI.
But a lot of those guys don't play for just that. That's the benefit of it. And I think what you're seeing is the beating that he's taking and the losing wearing on him. And I think he's using the media He's not dumb. He's a highly intelligent person. To continue to sit there and say, it's going to change. If I'm here, this is going to be different. And if I'm not here, or if you are other teams, listen to me, I'm not happy. Come get me. Figure out a way. The reality is this. I think that there's a very little lack of hope in Cincinnati. If we look at why they are where they are, this team has not drafted, certainly at the top of the draft, difference makers. They've found some nice pieces in the third or fourth round, but their first and second round picks, and I'm leaving this year's draft class as undetermined. There just hasn't been really, outside of Jamar, like a real difference maker. And so if you're the quarterback, you're sitting there saying, all right, for everyone who goes away, they paid your receivers, right? So like, you're trying to win. Where can you point to and say, like, you know what, right now it's bad, but I've got this track record of us drafting difference makers in early rounds, and we can reboot this quickly. I think there's some decent cap space, but I think Joe Burrow's like, I don't, if I'm going to stay here, it ain't going to be like this.
I think what Joe Burrow feels is truly a lack of hope, but I don't believe he should force his way out because these people actually listen to him. Now, you may feel like they aren't good at their jobs because you aren't involved in who you draft and where you draft, but you were on First Take in New Orleans and you said Jamar needs to be back, T needs to be back, Trey needs to be back, and they're all back. And so you actually have the cachet with how good you are, with how smart you are, to go sit with these executives, sit with that family, and say, this is what I need. Now, if they do every single thing you need, and it's not good enough, you gotta have some accountability for yourself, too.
Can I ask you a question, though, with that? Because I know that's been said a lot. Coming off of last season, when they, as an offense, were historically great and still didn't get in, what would have been the alternative for Joe?
Well, one, I think the alternative is when you have a quarterback that is that good, you might not necessarily need both of them. You need Jamar, right? We've seen him play well with Yoshivash. We've seen him use Gesicki in the past game. Like, there were other ways to go about this than paying two wide receivers that well, but I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue saying that they did that. My issue is if you're Joe Burrow, there has to be some level of accountability that these people are trying. You did get injured. A toe is a freak thing. People get sacked. People get hit. And so I understand there's a level of trepidation for him. But he does need to take some accountability and say, I can have this conversation.
The Eagles have the cheapest defense in football. And they're great. Because they draft well, they make smart signings and trades, and they're well coached. It's not Joe Burrow's job to be the GM of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Ryan, I'm with you insofar as I don't look at this offense and say, like, oh, Joe Burrow gets no help. Like, he chose to have those wide receivers, wanted them, and that's part of the plan in Cincinnati. I think that. We discussed Joe Burrow's future in Cincinnati last week, and I said the Bengals should win. Of course not. We're looking at this now from Joe Burrow's perspective, which is different. Like, about the Bengals, I'm still hanging up the phone saying, no, there's no precedent that's really comparable to this type of quarterback at this age. If I'm Joe, and why this simple matters great to me, and we can try to read into his statements. We truly don't know his timeline and how he feels, but if it matters to them, I need to see some improvement on this defense next year. It's not going to be a top 10 defense, and we don't talk about this front office and criticize it the way we should, because we just write off, it's the Bengals, they do things a different way, they're cheap. We should be criticizing them and holding their feet to the fire. If this was a bigger market team, people would be calling for wide-scale change in the front office. That's where I see the biggest flaws on this team. And frankly, Joe Burrow should be calling.
So, but that, like, from Joe's perspective, because I know, I agree. Cincinnati, of course, he's one of the 5 best players in the league, certainly a top 3 quarterback. From Joe's perspective, like, what gives you the willingness or the want to, or like, I'll hang on for next year? Because then that's another year. You know, I want to see improvement. Is that going to be enough? What about Jamar?
The resistance, because what it would take for him to force his way out would be unlike anything we've seen. Sure. I mean, this is not Aaron Rodgers trying to get out of Green Bay or Russell Wilson trying to get Seattle. This would be massive, controversial. It would take so much heat. The city would be so angry. Yeah. So it's not simple for him to get out.
Joe Burrow is less than a damn about how the city feels. The city has tolerated Mike Brown over these years. That's an owner that should be ran out of town with the job that he's done over the years. I would remind y'all that Carson Palmer wanted and was going to retire rather than
FJET.
FBYD.
I also have to pay attention to the fact that you went to the playoffs 7 straight years with Marvin Lewis.
INFU.
7 straight years with Marvin Lewis as your quarterback. 5 straight years Andy Dalton was your quarterback. You're Joe Burrow. What we're not paying attention to as far as I'm concerned, you get the back-to-back years, that's a given where he didn't miss a game. And they actually missed one game. I think he was 16. Yeah, he didn't miss a game. And they went to the AFC back-to-back AFC championship games in a Super Bowl, right?
WBUY.
But fast forward to last year. Last year he threw for nearly 5,000.
DTI.
Last year he completed 70% of his passes. He had 43 touchdowns. Like just seven or 9 interceptions. And they still missed the playoffs. So when are we gonna talk about management? When are we gonna talk about Zach Taylor? How many times have you seen me say on this show, when are we gonna investigate that man and what they've been doing in the
ANBS.
because they're never ready to play at the start of the
Love.
season. This year was different. And it was the lone year
Love.
other than 1 year they won the
Love.
AFC championship game. Where they came the first 2 games of the
Love.
season. That's 12 games. The man was 1-11. How are you consistently not having your team ready? Why do I bring that up? Because what can get exhausted is what, like, we can use television here. Stephen A. First take. Damn it, the Squirrels are a hell of a host. Damn it, y'all are hell of experts on the NFL. Damn it, without y'all, I can't do it. Can't do it. Imagine if somebody got to come to work every day, and if you're past gas, y'all gonna fail. It's like, damn. It's like,
DSP.
That's a lot.
But in that, guess what you are here? You're Joe Burrow. You're the Joe Burrow of First Take. Because Shay doesn't get to host First Take if they don't come to you first. If that's not something you're comfortable with. Now, as good as she is at it, all the executives could have wanted her to do it, the producers. If they came to you and you'd have been like, nah, like, I don't really vibe with her, she wouldn't be the host. If Mina didn't contribute the way she did, Dan, myself, we wouldn't get to sit here. Joe Burrow has an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, but what
and if they are inept at their jobs, I agree with Mina, then you go through here and you do something different.
But I want to go where Dan went. Because what I'm saying to you, to use your example, if I'm upstage
SSTK.
and it's a bunch of bosses that don't listen, and the ratings are nosediving, well, we got a problem. Because you're not listening. Because no, here's what I'm saying. Because I'm looking at it from the standpoint, yeah, those 3 dudes, we're thinking they listened to everything you said because of what he came on First Take last year and said about Chase, Higgins, Hendrickson, right? That's what we're looking at. There's a lot more that goes into a football operation. And there's a lot more that he's seeing. We don't know if he's getting everything he asked for. We don't know if he's getting everything he wants. Mike Brown in his history, it does prove that, guess what? They do things their way and they don't give a damn about the results most of the time because of their level of ineptitude that is perpetual. You got to remember that, and you got to look at a Joe Burrow and say, damn, that's a lot.
They almost didn't sign Trey Hendrickson. I mean, he didn't get signed in like 2 days, I think it was, before the start of the season. They almost didn't even get that job.
The defense isn't bad because they're cheap. It's bad because they've drafted and developed
and not developed players.
Right. That's why, look at you once again. I just turned my eye to the front office. That's what we're talking about. Change that.
But it's not just the front office. What about putting Joe Burrow out? But here's my, you're not protecting him enough. He's got his constant. You pointed that out.
I've been critical of the scheme not being necessarily the best thing when it comes to protection of the quarterback.
Okay.
The scheme also took him to the Super Bowl in part, and the scheme also scores 40 a game on.
But we're talking about him showing injured.
I'm with you, but Zach Taylor's proven he can coach. Like, he's proven he can coach and score points. I think from Joe's perspective, and this is why I sit there and say, like, I think the wanting out of Cincinnati is a real thing, or at least the thought in Joe's mind is he can sit back and listen to the names that we have all correlated the situation to and ask himself, like, who do I want to end up being? Andrew Luck, who was a superstar, took all those hits, and got hit to a point. Now, Andrew also had a lot in his life outside of football. Got to a point and say, I don't want to do football anymore. This isn't fun anymore, which we've heard Joe say. Or does he look out west and look at another ridiculously talented quarterback and say, Matthew Stafford was a baller.
It's so different.
I understand they're different, Mina.
And relationships got injuries.
But Mina, here's my point.
You can't protect him from that.
But here's my point, though. Stafford played at an unbelievable high level for a better part of a decade, but wasn't really talked about and didn't win because of where he was.
finally gets out from where he is, and all of a sudden now is Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in football. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's training for a Super Bowl every year because he's in a different.
But also too though, like for Joe, it started way different than it started for Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford was this dude we looked at as like when you play the Detroit Lions, you got to prepare for him. It's Calvin Johnson out there. He can make all the throws, but we're going to beat him every single time. It wasn't that with Joe Burrow. The reason Joe Burrow is talked about the way that he's spoken about is because they won. It's because at one point we were saying it's not Josh, it's not Lamar. The quarterback you have to worry about in the AFC winning big games is Joe Burrow, and that's because the Cincinnati Bengals were in place to win them. The difference is this: when they were winning, was young, he wasn't paid. Jamar was young, he wasn't paid. And Lou Anarumo was coaching his tail off defensively, and those dudes were making plays.
But I'm with you, RC. I'm with you. But if you're Joe, you're sitting there going, man, Patrick's on this ridiculous run. And we all, rightfully so, praise that organization. And then Lamar, 2 MVPs, like one of the great quarterbacks we've seen over time. We all praise that organization.
CVBF.
Where does he force himself where they win?
I think there's 15 places that, take all my first round picks, take the quarterback, go. I'll take Joe. I think there's a lot of places.
Those are places that would want him, but not necessarily would set him up for success.
So maybe like what's the Minnesota?
Maybe Minnesota.
LA?
Well, if you're saying Matthew Stafford
retires.
Okay, that I could buy.
I agree with everything everybody's saying. All I'm gonna say is this: Zach Taylor, first 2 years before Joe Burrow arrived, was 2-14 and 4-11. You know, you talking to me about what Zach Taylor can do. I'm saying, listen, I'm looking at you and I'm saying, all right, the Zach Taylor without Joe Burrow. You know, we just gonna ignore all of that. I mean, you are the head coach. You are the head coach. We can look at you and say there are other components. There are other things going on in the football field that you do have some dominion over. What about how those people perform?
To your point, we just talked about Zach Taylor like he's only responsible for the offense. He's the head coach.
He's the head coach.
At a certain point, the defensive failures year after year fall at his feet as well.
Is this felt?
We'll come back on First Take with the college football playoff kicking off tomorrow. Who are we picking to play in the national championship game?
I love this.
Giving picks next here on First Take.
I'm legit.
GLSI.
When you're on Medicare and managing diabetes with insulin, progress is having your coffee like you like it, without an audience. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time, so everyone else doesn't have to. It's the #1 CGM prescribed for Medicare. This is progress. Call now to set up home delivery.
SUPV.
It's hard to say who will be more excited on the day after Christmas. The guy who got a brand new truck from mom and dad, or the guy who got all the WeatherTech protection for his truck, like laser measured floor liners, the underseat storage system, no drill mud flaps, impact liner with shock absorbing rings, and top it off with the alloy cover. Find these American-made gifts or get a gift card instantly at WT.com.
FTK.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms, with my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
FTK.
If you still have symptoms after trying Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. It can relieve fatigue and stop joint damage. And in PSA, Rinvoq can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
Then take it back. What's yours?
AbbVie can help you save.
This is home, and this is Ben. He's part of the family. What's wrong? It's me.
SUPV.
Lucy.
CMTL. DIR.
Why is Greg doing this?
DBGI.
It's not bad anymore.
We can't hire you right now, but we'll keep you in mind.
You'll keep me in mind.
It's a good day for a good deal at Outback. Get down under favourites like the Aussie 3-course starting at $14.99. Any reason is a good reason to celebrate at Outback.
LESL. TWG.
Hey, Meta.
SPRU. FTK.
Dress rehearsal in 5 minutes.
Hey, Meta. Stop filming.
Mickey had so much fun last year. He's asking Santa to bring the NBA back to Walt Disney World. It's time to dress up Main Street, USA for a live animated game between the Cavaliers and the Knicks. And along with a halftime parade, I'll be hiding hidden Mickeys. But looks like someone snuck along for the ride. Let's dump the halls with Cavaliers, Knicks, Christmas Day at noon.
Bet Rivers Football Squares is back with a shot at up to $25,000 in bonus credits. Just place a qualifying same-game parlay bet to earn yourself up to 4 squares. If the numbers match, you win. Bet Rivers Football Squares. Download the app today.
As much as we appreciate what our mechanics can do and who they are, no one looks forward to seeing the inside of an auto shop. Because if you're here, your car is too. And that means something's wrong. And likely, it means an expensive repair bill. That is, unless you call CarShield. When you call CarShield before your car breaks down, they have plans that cover up to 5,000 parts and systems of your car. Don't wait. Call CarShield today before it's too late.
Call 800-355-9536.
New SpongeBob movie search for SquarePants menu just dropped at Burger King. Dive into 4 delicious treasures while you still can.
FTK.
The SpongeBob movie, only in theaters, December 9th. First Take is brought to you by Marvel's Deadpool VR. Go inside the sick and twisted mind of Deadpool in Marvel's Deadpool VR. Now available only on MetaQuest 3 and 3S. Rated M for mature.
FBYD. CMTL.
The college football playoff starts tomorrow. Alabama will take on Oklahoma. Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech all earn first-round byes, with the Hoosiers and Buckeyes both holding the best chance to reach the title game at over 40%, according to our analytics. Which teams do we think will face off in the national championship game tomorrow? Round 1 starts, as I pointed out. So here we go. Not a chance to see anyone yet in the CFP. Who you got in the CFP championship game? You want to go first?
I'm going with the top 2 teams in the nation. I think it's going to be Indiana versus Ohio
NCEW.
State. I believe that Ohio State is the best team in the nation. Even though
NCEW.
the Big Ten champion.
NCEW. GLSI.
Played well that day.
TWG.
Obviously, and it cost them. I think in a rematch, Ohio State gets the better of Indiana. I think that I look at Georgia. I think Georgia's incredibly formidable.
TWG.
They are a team. Here's my problem, RC. I think that Georgia, because they're 3, would have to
TWG. NCEW.
And I think Ohio,
CBRS.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The same way y'all say great. Nah, who put me on? I think Kevin when I was a jet, peanut butter, bro. Frosted Flakes or cereal. That shit's so fucking fire. Y'all gotta try it. It sounds nasty, bro, until y'all try that shit, kid. Bro, alright. Y'all sleep. Bro, you put so what you do is you put the peanut butter and you put it on the side of your bowl. You feel me? And then you every time you take a bite, you take a little bit of peanut butter with the cereal, bruh. I'm telling y'all. Listen, try it. Hey, listen. I know that shit sound crazy. I promise you, try that shit. You gonna be like, what the fuck? Bro, you tried it? You tried it before? You don't like it? Oh, you tripping. Now you tripping. That shit fire, dog. That's crazy. Tripping. That shit fire, bro. Oh my god. Y'all sleep. Y'all sleep. That's where I got it from, dog. Ever since I was like legit, bro. That shit fire, bro. What? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
Was the team to beat. They were undefeated. They were number 1 overall seed, and they laid it. I feel like that motivation, that understanding of what this stage is, helps this team get to the championship. But I just think Ohio State is the most talented team in football.
Two teams in the Oregon. Although I haven't heard one person bring up the SEC team. Are you going to do it, or are you going to bring up the SEC team?
I was nervous to say it because they beat them both.
Mind.
Are you going to bring up an SEC team, or we're going to ride with the Big Ten here?
No. I work at ESPN. Of course I'm going to bring up.
CSA.
I agree with Dante Moore. I think he can play himself top 10 pick if he comes out. I think he's the best pure passer of the football. I unfortunately agree with Stephen A. I think Indiana, Ohio State. I do think it's interesting. Ohio State fans got super mad at me because I was like, yeah, Ohio State ain't tested. They're the least tested #1 team in the history of college football type stuff. Listen, in that Big Ten championship game, they go into halftime up. Now, 4th down stop, missed field goal, I understand that, but it'll be interesting to see how that team responds and rebounds after that second half egg. But I am impressed with Julian Sand. I think they have the best player in college football in Jeremiah Smith. The defense is a top 2, top 3 defense in college football, and that game comes down to a kick. So there's no question that those teams are very much so on the even playing field. How does Indiana handle success? I think is a huge question mark. Do I think they have the right leader in Kurt Success to do it? Yes. But these are 18 to 22-year-old young men. They've never experienced this before. They've never experienced this level of success, this level of expectation, this level of we've accomplished something. How do those young men handle it? But I do think if they're capable of doing that, those are the 2 best teams. The Oregon game, the only thing I get concerned about with Oregon, surprisingly, because I love Dan Lanning as well, I'm a massive fan, is they just didn't look like they belonged at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I agree. It was one of those games that was actually shocking.
Yeah.
How much more physical Indiana.
Score wasn't as close as it.
I agree with all that. I just as we've gone down the stretch and the way that they've rebounded from that, the way that they played, the explosiveness that they can produce offensively, that was something that I just, as the season went on, I got more confidence in them, and also too, being in the stadiums for all of Notre Dame's games has made me think that there's going to be a team from week 1 that plays. Because Ohio State and Notre Dame played in week 1 last year, that one of those teams gets hot, partly because of winning that first game and finds its way to the championship.
You know what's interesting with the SEC, to your question, Ken, is like each SEC team has a relatively glaring flaw. Yeah. Alabama's offense is
not the case with the Big
inconsistent. Right. Oklahoma's defense is ridiculous. A&M's defense can't tackle right now, but Oklahoma's offense is struggling. A&M's got a really good offense, but their defense can't tackle right now. Georgia has had just some hang-on for dear life comebacks. Like there's some flaws in the SEC that's not in the Big Ten.
In fairness and interest of focus, because I interviewed Ryan Day last week on my show, and it was like he was like
ANBS.
Offensive line. You know, he didn't point out anybody or whatever. He said, "But we didn't have our best game. We've been talking." In other words, that is not a mistake.
In his experience,
that is not a mistake you can expect to see again. And I think when you look at Ohio State and how talented they are, you know, their program, what they're the reigning defending national champions, you walk into that Big Ten and you know what, you missed the field goal. So you could have easily tied that game, could have easily won
a young running back to
win the game. And they got completely thrown off guard because I think they expected to be the more physical team against Indiana. And that is not what happened, particularly that offensive line. They didn't protect saying, I think that they made
I want to say this. Ryan Day was out, and that staff was out coached against Indiana. The level of anticipation,
he felt they were too.
The level of anticipation you saw defensively from Indiana with an understanding of splits, of formations, and tips. Signetti is coaching at a different level than most of these coaches in Division I for football.
We talked about Caleb DeBoer, Michigan, and all of that other stuff. What's the I can't imagine.
Bring it up.
I'm just asking.
All right, listen.
Everybody gonna want them.
I think it's Indiana and Georgia in the CFP championship game. I'm gonna go CFP and Georgia. I will bring up the SEC team. I have a question though. We're gonna be in Miami for the championship game. It's Monday. First take will be on the road. Indiana's in the championship game.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be back here in New York for work on Tuesday.
No.
We're gonna we'll do the show from Miami on Tuesday.
No, we do the show from
Miami.
Here's what I was saying. I don't know where the show's going to be, but considering it's your alma mater and it's the national championship game, you're
GNTA.
to go celebrate the next day. That's totally understandable.
And when UConn win the men and women's national basketball,
That's not going to happen, but one of you may win.
it's happening both.
That's not going to happen.
Why aren't you?
They're just rolling the break. Okay. We got an NFC West battle tonight as the Seahawks host the Rams with massive playoff implications. Who do we have winning this one? We will tell you after this break.
We're going to win the most important intro.
You're watching First Take, presented by Freestyle Libre.
Don't let congestion take over. Wow. Sticky, fast nasal congestion relief. The Wow is free. And now try new drug-free Afrin Saline.
With 12 grams of protein in every serving, Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal is there for active mornings. Friendly competition and big
ASGC.
Quaker, bring out the good.
For a limited time at Panera, cozy up with a $1 cup of soup when you buy a sandwich or salad. Because there's cozy, and then there's cuddling up with some auto.
You know what? Nah, let me go get out there. Fuck that.
It's just $1 away. Hurry to Panera. Dollar soups won't last.
Andy Daisy Design transforms any space, and Intuit QuickBooks pulls everything together in one place with AI agents working for her and trusted experts working with her.
Let's look at your forecast.
Great. Over there, guys. Outdo it with Intuit QuickBooks.
Yeah, Sunday sweet dentist on Doc.
Dr. Staff is a real beauty, and people say he's passionate about dentistry.
FJET. Dr. Sida's got great bedside manner.
Sweet.
You boys good?
Super great, guys.
Dr. Sales on 33rd Street? He can practically skate there.
Does he take on insurance?
Sure does.
That's a good point.
And he's got an opening after practice.
Fold.
Booked it. Sweet. So sweet.
Sweet.
You've got options. Book now.
I was born with wings, but psoriasis swooped in to clip them. Now, with Bimzelx, I'm back to clearer skin.
Only Bimzelx targets and blocks IL-17A plus F to calm inflammation.
Most people got 100% clear skin, some after the first dose.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections and lowered ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease have occurred. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Start to get back to clearer skin with Bimzelx.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelx.
No W's in sight? Need cash fast? Bridge has got your back. Get $25 to $250 instantly.
BBGI.
No credit check, no interest, no late fees. Download Bridget for free today.
Turbo sings, quattro cleans, racing all the way. Oh, what fun it is to drive when an Audi leads the way.
SOBR.
What fun it is to drive around in an Audi every day. Lease a new 2025 Audi A5 Premium for $499 a month during the season of Audi.
It's the holidays, so get them what they really want. A 3-course meal wrapped in a festive box.
SUG.
2 pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert, starting at $19.99. Holiday harder with a triple treat box from Pizza Hut.
I got this friend that said T-Mobile's network used to suck. His words.
A lot of things used to suck, like cell phones the size of frozen lasagnas. But things changed, and after a giant test of millions of customers and data points, now T-Mobile has the best network.
GLSI.
I like it a lot. Check it out for yourself. You can switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes. And see what it means to have America's best network. Hey, dude, you won't believe where I am.
HNRG.
It could cost a fortune to get a contractor to come fix it, and it's not covered by homeowners insurance. That's why you should have HomeServe.
It's time listen to you. HomeServe.
Your water line breaks. HomeServe sends a qualified contractor to fix it and pays for the covered repairs. With HomeServe, the American dream
PVGI.
doesn't need to be a nightmare.
Plans from HomeServe start at just $4.99 a month.
Call 1-888-405-4036 or visit homeserve.com.
Hi there. Surprise.
Stewart was exactly like you saw him on camera, off camera. He dialed it up 10%.
He changed the culture. He changed sports.
SMJF. GLSI.
A lot of big matchups in the NFL this week, but none bigger than tonight's showdown between the Rams and the Seahawks. These two NFC West teams both currently have an 11-3 record. The winner of tonight's game will have the inside track to claim not only the division, but also the NFC's #1 seed. With that in mind, this game's in Seattle. Who do we like, Rams or Seahawks?
PBM.
Seeing us back here at the desk, we know let's go around the horn. You go first.
And it's because of the conversation we had earlier about Sam Darnold and the Seahawks offense. It's also because the Seahawks are missing their starting left tackle, Crossbones. Garrett Brooks plays for the Rams. So as much as I want to see Sam improve on what we saw, so that's concerning. That's a big injury. I know they're missing Devontae Adams on the other side. I would argue this injury will have more impact.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams as well. I think we talked about it in depth early on. And the other piece of it is too, I watched Devontae Adams go out last week. The Rams didn't miss him, right? Hardison steps up and he became an explosive player in the past game. We know how well they run the football. Blake Corum getting back and having that 1-2 punch is huge as well. And defensively, they find ways to make plays. And what I saw from Sam Darnold in the first meeting doesn't give me a lot of confidence that those things are fixed tonight.
I'm going with the Rams as well. I'm going back and forth on this one. One, this is the best team in football. Two, it's the best offense in football. Three, if you don't get to the quarterback, you can't stop the offense. They can play a very simple math game. We're going to put our tight ends on the field. No one runs 3 tight end grouping more than LA. We're going to run the football on you. If you keep somebody away from the football, we're going to continue to pound you. If